Judy will be right back. Marilyn Franklin struck a deal with William Byrd to sell a bunch of Super Bowl caps. They got confiscated because they were not official. She says William is a fraud.
$812 check. She gave you the check. You acknowledge that you told her on the tape that you were not going to deposit the check. That's why I didn't listen to the tape.
We can listen to the tape, Your Honor. What I said to her is, I said, listen, if you, the reason
Yes, sir.
after that.
Sir, you're very smooth, so let's stop fumfering. All right?
Okay, Your Honor.
You said, do I listen to the tape or not?
You could, no, you don't have to. The reason I told her that was because I meant that. I meant it. I meant it, but she's not out the $812. Why I took the check to the check cashing place is I went out of my way. I was going to Dallas. I said, listen, I'll try to make this better because I don't want you to be unhappy. I went over to her house. She had hats confiscated. She didn't have all of them confiscated. She gave me about 40 or 50 hats, about $100, which was all she did for the whole weekend. And I did not tell her she could sell it in the venue. What I told her to do was contact local sports bars, go over there, drop the hats off, come back, do a consignment thing. I told her to walk the NFL experience with the hat on, not a box, with one hat on. The vendors will approach you.
Mr. Byrd! Did you or did you not tell this person, a girlfriend, a business associate, a stranger with whom you were in business, it doesn't make any difference, you're not happy with what happened?
That was before she cussed me out, Your Honor.
Just a second.
And stopped payment on the check. She didn't tell me she stopped payment on the check.
Just a second. Did you tell her that not to worry, I haven't cashed the check, and I will not cash the check?
And she did not pay for my hotel room in Dallas. She did not pay for my ticket in Dallas. She said she would. When I got to the hotel, there was no reservation for me. I had to pay for my own ticket. She said she didn't have the money. So I said, fine. I said, listen, I called her from Dallas. I said, listen, if this is the way that you're going to treat me, you're on your own.
That's not true.
Okay? I said, you did not pay. Can you produce anything that shows that you paid for my ticket? Can you produce the stuff for my ticket? No. Can you produce the stuff for my hotel room?
Mr. Byrd.
No.
Mr. Byrd.
Sure can.
Mr.
Well, then you
Byrd.
get this.
Mr.
You have
Byrd.
Exactly, but
Mr. Byrd. Did you tell her on that tape?
When I found out that her check did not clear, I was in Dallas.
When you found out that her check did not clear, you were in Dallas.
As I recall, yes, I was in Dallas when I found out.
Just a minute. I thought that the reason you got angry was because she hadn't gotten you the room in Dallas.
No. The reason I was angry...
Just a second. You said that she was... Hey, what do you think? I'm an idiot? You just said that the new arrangement was...
Let me finish my sentence, Your Honor.
Just listen to me, sir. You may be a super salesman. On your best day, you're not as good as I am on my worst day.
I acknowledge that, Your Honor.
Judge Judy will be right back.
I've gotten several different versions.
What is this, a woman versus men thing?
No, Mr. Byrd.
Marilyn Franklin struck a deal with William Byrd to sell a bunch of Super Bowl caps. They got confiscated because they were not official. She says William is a fraud.
Then let's get back to basics, sir. You said that you renegotiated this agreement with her so that she would pay for your hotel room in Dallas.
Which she did not.
I want you to be quiet. And she would pay for other expenses in Dallas. And then you just said to me, her check didn't clear before I left for Dallas. So that you had deposited her check before you left for Dallas, so how would you know that she didn't pay for your hotel room?
Your Honor, I never. She told when I spoke with her, and she told me.
Yes, yes. No, no.
Your Honor, she told me that she stopped payment on the check. I always thought
So
I
I
went
did
off.
tell
I
you
went
I stopped
off.
paying
I
on
went
the
off
check.
to Dallas. She asked me. She said, "Why did you take it to the check cashing place?" I said, "Because I've never had anyone who I've been in a business deal call me up, cuss me out,
Absolutely
harass
not.
me, harass
Mr.
my
Byrd,
mother."
what's the right
Not.
story, sir? Listen
The
to me.
story
No,
is-
listen to me.
Your
Listen to
Honor.
me.
Play the tape, Your Honor. Play the tape.
No, listen to me, Mr. Byrd. I've gotten several different versions. You said
You never let me finish.
I don't have to let you finish, sir. You just told me 2 different scenarios.
How
You
many
told-
scenarios has she told you?
Only one, Mr. Byrd.
What is this,
Only-
a woman versus men thing?
No, Mr.
Be-
Byrd. Mr. Byrd, you're a fast talker, sir. What you
Your Honor,
play the tape?
play the tape.
And Your Honor,
So if you got confiscated, you're like one of 2 people that got confiscated, and the other person was trying to sell officially licensed goods. So you have the, I guess, the prestige of being the only person that got something confiscated that was not unlicensed, that was not a problem or anything else. So I don't know what you were looking for in terms of what you were asking me. If you're canceling your check, I'm not putting it. I have not put it in the bank yet, or whatever. Or you want what you want me to do in terms of you not being able to sell your hat, because I came back with 32 cats myself, and I had a hell of a lot more than you. But anyway, give me a call. Let's work this out. I called you. I came by your house. I hope you had a wonderful date. Whatever, but you said that you had a problem with me yesterday. If you want a refund or whatever, I'm willing to do whatever you want to do, because I don't know how you're going to make me the bad guy in this whole thing. Okay? So give me a call at your convenience, and we'll do that.
there's
Bye-bye.
more, Your Honor.
That's it, John.
Caroline, you there? Pick up. Wakey, wakey. Caroline. It's William. Call me at the house. Bye-bye. Caroline, are you there? Caroline? Okay, this is William. I do need to, if that offer is still available for Dallas, I do need to do that. Would you call me and tell me what time I would have to be back from Las Vegas to catch the evening flight, Dallas? I can be reached at the Excalibur Hotel until about noon time. After that, just call me on my car phone and let me know what time I would have to be back in order to use that ticket or whatever. Okay? Thank you very much, and I'll turn my, you know what, I'm going to turn my car phone on right now, just in case you have a hard time getting me in the hotel. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Now, Mr. Byrd, the last story that you told me is that you deposited the check before you went to Dallas, and you were advised by the check cashing place that it was not, in fact, honored. Now, is that true or is that not true?
Your Honor, I asked them if the check, I don't know if you're familiar with check cashing places at all. They
Did you
verify
take
a personal check before they would give me the funds.
Did you take the cash?
I took the check to the check cashing place, yes.
before you went to Dallas.
I'm trying
That's
to
what you
think.
just told me, sir.
I'm trying to think. No, Your Honor, I'm trying to think. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, because
That's
I
what you
did
just
pick
told
up.
me.
Yes, I did pick up some remaining hats from her. So at that particular point in
And some
time,
cash money.
Just a second.
I did pick up some remaining hats from her. And so at that time, I don't know the dates, Your Honor. Your Honor, I was at 5 different shows.
Mr. Byrd.
This was just one of the
Mr.
problems
Byrd,
I had.
is the just because you
Are you
told me-
asking me, did I cash the check?
You just said to me, just want a simple answer.
Well, you're
you
not
said,
answering.
I don't answer questions, sir. I ask questions. Did you cash the check?
I
According to-
cannot totally
Well,
recall
according
if
to
I
you,
cashed it
according to
before
you.
or after, Your
Well,
Honor. I
according,
don't know.
that's big time problem, sir. Because if you cashed the check before you went to Dallas, that's your voice on the machine saying, "Well, I'll take you up on your second offer. Have the plane ticket available to me." And now you tell me that you did cash the check before you went to
I'm
Dallas.
telling you, I don't actually recall the date that I cashed the check. That's
Do you
what
know
I'm
the
telling
date that he cashed the check?
I'm not certain. His check cash company won't give me information. They only want money from me.
Well,
but he cashed. The point is, he did not. I reacted based on our agreement. He breached the agreement.
There was going to be another agreement, and the other agreement was you were going to fly him to Dallas.
I gave him back the hats because the Super Bowl.
That you were going to fly him to Dallas.
Right.
And whatever the hotel room was, and that was it, and whatever cash there was.
Right.
And he was not going to deposit the check. And he did, in fact, deposit the check. Sir, if you had an agreement that you weren't going to deposit the check, which you clearly had by virtue of listening to this tape.
There's other conversations that weren't recorded, Your Honor. I can't be responsible for every conversation. You saw me 4 other times trying to get a hold of her on the tape, saying, let's work this out. If you listen to the tape...
Did you ever have a subsequent conversation with her?
Yes, I had
you...
several subsequent conversations
Mr.
with her.
Mr. Byrd,
that is not
you don't
true.
know my question. Did you ever have a subsequent conversation? Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,400. Thank you. Counterclaim is dismissed.
Judge Judy returns in a moment.
Versus Miller. Step forward, please.
Phyllis Bowie was engaged to be married to Franklin Miller. Now she's calling in the loans.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, it's number 72 on the calendar in the matter of Bowie versus Miller. You may be seated.
According to this complaint, you two folks were engaged to be married. You made him some loans on your credit card. You broke up. Want your money, $1,770.
Correct.
So what was this money for? When did you loan it to him?
It was during the course of our relationship. We were together for about 3 years, and it was different things. But the point that I want to make is it was a total of $2,700 worth of debt. And he had been making payments while we were together with no problem. When
Was that
broke
on
up
a
with
credit card?
it was credit card and also personal loan that I took out from my retirement plan for him to pay his IRS bill. So it was an accumulation of debt, and also part of that debt, less than 1%, $250 of it, was for wedding loss when I canceled the wedding.
How much was...
I charged him half for the reception hall, which was $100, and charged him half for the invitations order, which was another $150. So it's $250 of the overall $2,700 debt. So in addition to that, that's one debt. The other debt was a Mitsubishi credit card that I opened up for him that he charged a TV and a VCR for some business that he was doing, and he agreed to pay that up until August. He agreed to pay it August of 1996, which is when it would start having interest on it. He agreed to do that, no problem. Well, he was making payments on the $2,700 debt, and he stopped making payments when I broke up with him. The Mitsubishi bill, we had talked over the telephone a few times. When we broke up, I didn't hear from him for 2 months, and he wasn't making payments. But I want to kind of give you an idea of what my situation is. I'm a business owner, and at that time, I was having really financial straits. My mother was disabled at the time. I was taking care of that, and he knew about that intimately. So the payments he was making on the $2,700 debt was survival money for me. And then the second thing is he had CDs. I had about 8 of his CDs that he wanted me to return to him, which is really the only thing that I had of his. As a side note, those are promotional CDs, even though the value of them, I would say, is maybe $100. But I wrapped them up, sent the CDs to him with the return receipt. To the same address, I sent him a letter. In the letter, I stated, you know, such a nominal cost of $250, go on and write it off. Just let me know when you'll continue paying and that you'll pay the Mitsubishi bill. Well, I received the return receipt for the CDs. And this was the one that really just I thought was very disrespectful. I received back the letter that was sent to the same address with his writing on it, crossed out, unopened letter that said, I do not live here anymore. Send, return to the sender. I don't think that was not funny. That hurt me a lot. So I said, well, it looks like I might as well just forget this. It doesn't look like I'm going to go any further. So it wasn't until my family encouraged me to take this to court and actually see about getting the money that is legitimately owed me.
So this $1,770 represents the Mitsubishi bill with the interest.
Yes, that's
Okay.
all. The $1,700 is for that and for interest on the credit cards and for the penalty, 10% penalty I paid for taking out my retirement on that.
Okay.
Also,
But that is not including any of the wedding stuff.
that $250 of that is the wedding stuff.
Okay, but you already told me that you told him right off the wedding.
Right. But he never opened that letter. He never received that letter.
But, so what I'm asking you now is, are you writing that off?
No, that's still included. It's more than just money. It's also about respect and responsibility. I don't feel he's a responsible man. All that I contribute to the relationship, including helping him and encouraging him with his business and pursuing his business since I've been a businesswoman for such a long time. On top of that, helping him personally to, better eating habits, exercising, just giving my unconditional love, that I felt that I at least deserved the respect of responding to a letter and also living up to the debt. Oh, and I have documentation on that.
Go.
Well, everything that she basically said here is actually true. Only thing about the letter that she sent me, if there was this unconditional love, then I think that if it was a problem, she could have called me and say, hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on here? And when I got the first typed letter, and I'm just like, my dear John now or something like that, why can't you call me and say what's wrong versus typing letters? So I sent it back to her. I guess because of the of us breaking up, I guess, pretty much.
But you said to me, she's pretty much right.
Oh yeah, I'm not knocking the fact that I owe her money.
But
And that's
that you
not
were
it.
hurt.
And then and probably it's my responsibility, or it's my fault that we're standing here right now, because I actually should have. My friends have told me, take care of this. It's not a money issue because the money's there to take care of the thing. I could have done it a long time ago. I chose not to.
And here I am starving. I'll be honest with you. My business was low. He knew what my financial situation is. And I can't believe he's sitting here. He knew that the payments he was making, I was living off of.
Judge Judy will be right back. Phyllis Bowie was engaged to be married to Franklin Miller. Now she's calling in the loans.
Did you break up with him?
I broke up with him.
So he's hurt. He was hurt. That doesn't excuse.
I was hurt too.
That doesn't excuse.
That
him.
doesn't excuse it. I mean,
That
it's a handshaking hand thing.
No,
he
I
hurt me
understand
too
that.
within the relationship, so. But I
He
returned
felt-
his CDs.
He felt offended. It's sorry that you two people who appear to be very nice people had to come to court. You're right, so you
Right,
should have
exactly.
taken care of it
Never gave me a ring
before
either.
you.
I'm
Don't
very
worry about it. I
hurt.
didn't get a ring either.
Well, I had to say
Oh,
that.
I have the ring. I just never give it to her, and there's other reasons why that. We're not here for that. We're here
No,
about the
no.
money.
All right, the judgment in this case is very easy. The defendant acknowledges the debt. It's unfortunate that it wasn't paid before it came to court. I can understand you feeling hurt. You look like a nice gentleman.
But now the amount is kind of. The amount is another issue also.
Well, do you have anything to
No, that's the thing.
disprove
No, I don't.
that the amount is as she has requested, and that
I mean,
is
she has documentation that says, hey, I should get this amount of money, and she has it. I don't have anything that says
It's in his
otherwise.
writing. The payment plan's in his writing.
Okay.
The letter that he agreed to pay to Mitsubishi is signed by him.
okay.
And the interest is a calculated interest.
Do you want to look at this, sir?
I mean, just quickly, yeah. Sure.
I have another copy for you. You can keep that, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a look at it. She's certainly a smart businesswoman.
Oh, yes, she is.
Very efficient.
And I just want to say I gave unconditional love to this man. And okay, I understand, we were both hurt. But when it comes down to being responsible, which is one of the reasons why I decided I didn't want him from a lifelong
Right,
partner.
he understands.
But I
He's
want you
whipped.
to understand.
I understand.
And I want
He's whipped. He's
women
got it.
out there. I want
Are you
women
right?
out there to understand.
Is she right with the amount, sir?
I mean, it has to be right, because I have nothing to count
Yeah,
She
on.
sounds like she's a pretty organized gal.
She has always been
Good.
organized.
Judgment is issued for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,770 as requested. Thank you.
I just ask you to step out.
So sad that out of all these years I've never been engaged, never committed to anybody, and the one that I committed to was not responsible. I broke up with him due to lack of communication, not being responsible. And
The relationship should never have happened.
And now, the next case.
Bodies on Covington versus Eckenrod. Gibbons, step forward, please.
Allison Covington was Kimberly Gibbons' roommate until Kimberly's boyfriend Steve moved in while Kimberly was in England. Allison says Steve got a bad case of telephonitis.
That's number 73 on the calendar in the matter of Covington versus Eckenride Gibbons.
Thanks.
You may be seated.
Allison.
Yes.
And you're Kim?
Yes.
What's your first name?
Steve.
Steve. I've read the complaint. I've read the answer. It's a little bit complicated. Let me see if I can understand some of it. You, Allison, and Kim were really good friends. You went to University of California at Irvine together. Is that right?
Yes.
And were roommates.
Yes.
Enter Stephen. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what happened?
Well, we were roommates and we were living in an apartment off campus, and about June, or actually May, Kim met Steve and they got together and they became engaged right before she left for England. During
What were you doing in England?
My family's from England, so I was visiting with family members.
During that time, he was hanging out with my boyfriend and I in our roommate and in our apartment while she was away. He used the phone to call her almost every day or every other day and racked up $1,000 in phone bills over there. And when she went to the Bay Area, racked up more phone bills
You
to
let
the
him
Bay
use your
Area.
phone?
I was usually away or it was late at night and I was unaware of most of the phone calls.
Stephen,
Yes, ma'am.
did you use the phone?
Yes, I did.
Do you owe money for the phone?
I owe some, yes, ma'am.
How much do you owe her?
I'd have to go through the phone bills thoroughly, but
I have the phone bills.
Take them out.
When this phone bill came, he didn't let me see it. He kept it from me.
Did you do that?
no, ma'am.
How did he keep it from you?
He usually got the mail. When we moved into the other apartment, when Kim was gone and they all came back and this phone bill came, I never saw it until the day they kicked me out.
Well, so there was a time that all three of you moved into an apartment
Yes.
together. That's when you came back from England?
Yeah. They had already moved into it, and then when I came back from England, I was joining on. They'd already been settled and everything.
But that was the plan for
Yeah.
the three of you to live together. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me take a look at this phone bill. So you have Bay Area calls, Stephen, and you have calls to England.
I don't know about Bay Area calls on that, but I'm sure there's one or two of them.
So the total here is $1,083.86. Is that the total?
No, I believe that one bill alone is about $1,000, and the other one is $273.
Tell me when you moved out and why.
I moved out on August 26th because they gave me an ultimatum 3 days prior, saying that if I didn't move out, then they would leave me with the apartment and the rent, which they knew I couldn't afford. And at that point, after Steve had already proclaimed himself to be God and said that he controlled Kim's mind so much that if he didn't want me to exist in it, I wouldn't. I was ready to leave.
Well, things evidently got very bad.
Yes.
Why?
Because I wouldn't let him control me the way he controls Kim.
Judge Judy will be right back.
You signed this promissory note.
Actually, I signed in my own stupidity a blank piece of paper, but that is beside the point.
What do you mean you signed a blank piece of paper?
Allison Covington was Kimberly Gibbons' roommate until Kimberly's boyfriend Steve moved in while Kimberly was in England. Allison says Steve got a bad case of telephonitis.
You know, it's hard enough to live with one person. Living
Yes.
with two people is very difficult, especially in this kind of arrangement.
Well, Kim and I were so
Is this
close.
your mom?
Yes, it is.
Come on up.
She's the one who wrote the promissory note.
Didn't you advise your daughter against moving in this kind of...
Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't know anything about it until it was already done.
I trusted Kim. She was my best friend.
I had trusted Kim, too.
And out of anybody in the world, I would believe that she wouldn't do me any wrong.
What happened, Kim?
I did not set out to do any wrong. After we moved in, everything was initially fine, and then Allison started, taking little mood swings and would stop talking to us, and every other day it was a fight. And I mean, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Do you have a promissory note?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please? Did he pay any of this money?
No.
Stephen, take a look at this note. So you clearly owe that money.
Not all that.
Did you pay any of this money?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Well, if you didn't pay any of this money, then you owe her this money.
I don't solely owe for all these phone bills.
No,
okay?
just a minute. You signed this promissory note.
Actually, I signed in my own stupidity a blank piece of paper, but that is beside the point.
What do you mean you signed a blank piece of paper?
The whole situation came down to the fact on getting her out of my house. I didn't have time to be messing with any of this, and I had to get back to work, okay? The only way to get them out of my house was to sign a promissory note in regards to this, okay?
So you
Now-
understood you were signing a promissory note for this amount of money.
No, ma'am.
Who prepared this note? Who prepared this note?
Kim and I and Kim's parents over the telephone drafted the note.
And who was there when he signed it?
Kim was there when he signed it, and so was Corey.
Kim,
Yes.
were you there when he signed this note?
Yes, it was blank. He understood that there was a promissory draft
What do you
to be
mean that
written
was
up.
blank? You handed him a letter to sign in blank? There was nothing.
And Mel and
here?
I were going to fill in after he left exactly what it was because he didn't have time to watch what was being filled in. So, and he was aware of that when he left, but he wasn't aware of what the details would come out to be.
This was August 26th.
Yes.
What bills did you incur after August 26th? Because I am assuming that everything he owed you up until August 26th was $1,083.86.
I have a cable bill and a
That came
water
in
bill.
for when?
That came in. The date on this bill is October 24th. So this is the most recent copy of the bill.
Show it to them. Is that in your apartment?
And the water bill.
No, actually, we have moved from the two-bedroom that we were all in. As far as these go, this is not something that Kim nor I could take out of Allison's name to put into our name.
I canceled the cable. They wouldn't return the equipment.
Just a second.
And you're trying to get me for a bill that you should have turned off at your own when you moved out.
Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
You moved into a different apartment?
Yes, ma'am. Where everything is in my name and was put into my name
You have
at that
cable?
time.
You have cable?
Yes, I do.
Now you have cable.
Oh, yes, I do. We couldn't get cable in the other apartment because it was in somebody else's name.
But you have cable now.
Yes, I do.
So you are suggesting to me that you should have 2 months' worth of free cable? My question is, you use the cable. It's not a service that you discontinued after you moved into your new apartment. You got a new cable because you had to have cable. So you use this, and you continue to use cable. Somebody's got to pay for it. Who do you think should pay for it?
We did use it.
Fine. What other bills?
This water bill that now has a $10 late charge.
Show it to them. You did use the water, right?
Actually, I paid for all the water.
My portion of that was subtracted when I left.
You paid
The bottles
for...
were empty. They had empty bottles. I took the bottles to a water place, put in my quarters, filled them up, and brought them back.
Okay,
I
what's-
don't drink water.
Fine. What's
So-
next?
Also, this canceled check. Not canceled, bounce. Bounce check, sorry.
Kim's bounce check
From the deposit from our previous apartment together.
This is for $68?
Mm-hmm.
Did you bounce a check on her for $68?
Yes, I found out it was bounced. I informed her. I deposited money right away and told her there was money in there, and I have statements showing that there's over $200 waiting for her to withdraw it.
Fine, so you owe her this $68.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The only other thing would be the 2 months interest rate on my credit card from the money that they didn't pay me back on time for the deposit and first month's rent that I took out on my credit card. Because they refused to pay me on time, even though I gave them 3 weeks notice.
It's not like they weren't living there.
This back, please. I'm ready. You owe them certain amounts of money. I'm satisfied that you owe them the amounts of money for both the cable and the other 3 bills. That totals $1,503, and the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in that amount. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
Judge Judy returns.
Parties on Pavero versus Gavan. Step forward, please.
When Officer Frank Pavero was attempting to arrest Linda Given for fleeing the scene, he claims she took a bite out of him. She says she was in a big hurry to pick up her kid.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 4 on the calendar in the matter of Pavero versus Gavan. You may be seated.
You are a police officer, sir, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are suing the defendant,
Yes,
Ms.
I am.
Guzman, who you were placing under arrest. You said while you were placing her under arrest, she bit you.
Yes.
What were you placing her under arrest for?
It was a citizen's arrest that started with a hit and run, which turned into a vandalism, and which continued on to a battery against the victim.
Is this the victim?
Yes, it is.
Step up, please. Would you state your name?
Annette McElwain.
All right, Miss McElwain, would you tell me briefly what happened?
I pulled into drive-through at a Jack in the Box, and Linda was in front of me. I guess she decided.
You're Linda.
Yes, I am. I guess she
Miss
decided
Guzman.
she didn't
Miss
want to
Guzman.
be in the line. It was too long, so she started backing up and didn't look before she backed up, I guess, backed into me. We both got out, looked at our vehicles. There was no damage. Not once did she apologize or say anything. We just looked at the vehicles and noticed that there wasn't anything. And I said, maybe next time before backing up, you might want to look before you're doing it, hun. And got into my car. Well, she said, well, that's just too bad. Had an attitude about it. So I just thought, okay. Then I said, perhaps I should just write down your license plate number and sue you. At that point, I got into my car.
I'm going to let you tell your story.
She didn't get into her car. She came at my car. My car door was shut, but my window was down. She opened my car door, started yelling at me, pushed at me. At this point, I was petrified. It's lunchtime. There was a lot of people around, so I hollered out that maybe this was a good time for somebody to call the police. She continued yelling at me. When she finally slammed the car door shut, I rolled the window up, locked the door. She started pounding at my windows, rambling on some more, and as she walked away, she hit at my side view mirror and broke it, got into her car and drove away.
Police showed up and you reported the incident?
Yes.
And as a result of that, you became involved. Is
Yes.
that correct, sir?
Yes.
So you received a radio run of this?
Well, I was on patrol and I received a broadcast that a hit and run had just occurred, and the suspect vehicle was northbound through our city, and I saw a vehicle matching the description, pulled in behind it. The license plate was the same.
Ms. Gavan, tell me about what happened in the line in Jack in the Box first.
Okay, I looked at my watch. It was taking too long. I backed up. I didn't see her car. I bumped her bumper. We both got out the car. Both our cars were okay, like she said, and she didn't like what I said. And
Well, what did
she
you say?
proceeded to cuss me out.
What did you say?
Well, I probably said, oh, well, or something like that. I don't really remember what I said. But she told me that her exact words were exactly what she said. And I said, what did you say?
But you had said something first.
I just said something. I didn't cuss at her until she cussed at me. And we had words.
Then what happened? So you had words, and then what
She had
happened?
words. She backed up. I went forward. I continued to cuss her out. She did what she said. I turned around. I accidentally broke her rearview mirror, gave her the finger, got in my car, and left.
Okay, so right now, based upon your two versions of the story, yours and yours, you did break her rearview mirror.
Yes, I did.
And you did that on purpose.
No, I didn't.
You did that by accident.
Yes, I did.
But you knew you did it, and you took off anyway.
I just left. I was angry.
Okay. Now we get to the officer, so you may sit down. So what happened? You pulled over her car.
I pulled her over and she jumped out and yelled, "What's going on?"
Go ahead.
So the witnesses came by and identified her also. And at that point, Miss McElwain wanted her to be arrested for a citizen's arrest for the hit and run. So I explained to Miss Givhan here the process that we were going to take her into custody and take her to jail. And right away she said, no, I don't want to do that. And she started backing away from us. So I calmly explained the situation again to her, that she could make a big scene downtown in front of a lot of people and make a lot of commotion, or she could just put her hands behind her back and let us put the handcuffs on her and take her to jail and sort it all out there. She didn't want anything to do with that. She said, no, I'm not going to go anywhere. And she put her arms out like this and leaned forward, and she wasn't going to budge. So the other officers and I, we each took one of her hands, and we wanted to put her hands behind her back, and she was adamant she wasn't going to go, and she tightened up, and we couldn't control her. And for about 3 minutes, we, struggled with her, moving around on the sidewalk while we tried to control her. And at that time, I saw her open her mouth and lunge down towards my hand, and that's when she bit me on the back of the hand, which, of course, startled me and was painful, and I let go and warned the other officers that she had bit me so that that wouldn't happen to them. And while she had was kind of shocked at that time, then we were able to grip her and put her into custody.
Okay.
Okay. He was just telling me that I was going to go to jail, and I was like, I can't go to jail. I said, I need to call. I was basically scared because of my child. That was it. I wanted to call
Why were you scared because of your child?
because my little boy was at school, and I wanted to know when I was going to call. Could I call for somebody to come pick up my child? And he basically told me I'll call when I get there, and basically he'll let me call when he wants me to call. And that's basically what he was telling me. And I was like, nah, I'm not going until I know I can call when I get there about my child. Because, he's not going to know where I am. He's going to be crying.
But you're surrounded by police officers.
And when they started approaching me, I backed up.
Now,
I got scared. I was scared for my child. I wasn't basically scared for myself.
But you bit him.
No, I didn't bite him. I raked my teeth across his knuckles.
Did she flee the scene? Did she? When Officer Frank Povero was attempting to arrest Linda Given for fleeing the scene, he claims she took a bite out of him. She says she was in a big hurry to pick up her kid.
They tried to arrest me. I stiffened up because I was scared. He tried to break my wrist. I told him he was going to break it. He told me yes, he was going to snap my wrist.
So why didn't you just let him put the handcuff on you?
I was scared. Very scared. And then I didn't bend over. They bent me over. And that's when I raked my teeth across his knuckles.
Why'd you do that?
I didn't know what he was going to do to me. He could have hit me in my mouth. He could have been trying to, because he was already, and my wrist was swollen by the time they put the handcuffs, and they tightened them. And I did have bruises to prove it, that they tightened them very well.
You still didn't tell me why you either bit him or raked your fingers over his hand.
I was basically still talking. He was trying to tell me to be quiet, shut up or whatever, and I was scared.
What kind of a job do you have?
I'm a preschool teacher.
You seem like a rather soft-spoken lady.
Yes.
Officer Povero, I have a couple of questions for you, sir. Didn't you feel, and I'm not faulting you, but didn't you feel as if it was somewhat overkill to arrest this lady for this rearview mirror incident?
It wasn't my decision to make, Your Honor. It was a private person's arrest, and I'm bound by the law to follow through with it.
you have directions, rules of your command that say when a private citizen wants a citizen's arrest on a misdemeanor, this was clearly a misdemeanor charge, correct?
Correct.
You are obligated to take that person into custody, or can you give them what we call a desk appearance ticket to appear on another day?
If the victim is adamant that they want that person to go to jail, then that's what we have to do.
Why were you adamant about her going to jail?
She was an angry individual that didn't need to be out on the streets at that time.
Why do you think you were so angry that day? Anything happened that day other than this?
I went to Kmart before that, and I couldn't get any satisfaction, so I
What do you
calmly
mean you
left.
cut- what happened at Kmart?
Well, they lost my stuff.
Tell me about that. Because I'm trying to figure out how a nice lady like you got herself involved in this kind of an incident, because there had to be something more to it, and I think I'm getting there. So what happened at Kmart?
I put something on layaway, and they misplaced it, and I had to wait to get my money back. So I said, I can't wait, so I left.
So it was turning out to be a terrible
It was a
day for
bad
you.
day.
And this was just the capper.
Yeah, the icing on the cake.
I assume that that's not your usual personality.
No.
You know that you're not supposed to resist if somebody is putting you under arrest. You knew that you did the wrong thing. You left the scene of an accident. You did, in fact, break her mirror. You probably did it on purpose. Probably did it on purpose because you were angry. And you took it out on this lady. She's a stranger to you. You know, so probably owe her an apology. She didn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be here. Now you have to tell me, sir, what kind of damages are you seeking? How much do you think is reasonable now that you know the whole story, officer?
I feel that I should be compensated for the full amount that I can, I am able to get from Miss Givan.
Tell me what damages you suffered.
Well, not only the pain of being bitten and then going for medical care and shots and inoculations and blood tests, but also the humiliation of the altercation in the middle of a downtown busy time.
Well, that comes as part of your job.
Well,
That's
to
happened
some
to you
extent,
before.
right.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that of the emotional distress that I had to wait 3 weeks while the judge mandated her, under her protest, to have a blood sample analyzed to see if I was infected with anything. I had to wait for 3 weeks to hear from the judge whether or not I had been infected with anything. That's a very highly emotional time for me and my family, which time I had to take precautions so that I wouldn't contaminate or spread anything that I might have had to my family.
She's ready to rule. When Officer Frank Povero was attempting to arrest Linda Given for fleeing the scene, he claims she took a bite out of him. She says she was in a big hurry to pick up her kid.
I told him that he can contact my doctor, and I was willing to give him my doctor's name and phone number. I didn't have any kind of communicable disease. No, I didn't.
Well,
I just, you asked
why
me
wouldn't
to
you
take a
blood test
a
right
blood
away?
test. They could try to give me something. I don't know.
They wouldn't give you anything. Come on.
The judge had to force her to do that.
Okay. And you have a 5-year-old, did you say?
A 3-year-old.
3-year-old. Well, let me ask you this question. If some adult, for one reason or another, caused a break in the skin in your 3-year-old, for whatever reason, would you worry these days?
Yes, I would.
Well, that's what he's saying. All right. Officer, you were doing your job. The defendant was in a highly emotional state, having nothing to do with you or had nothing to do with the victim. She clearly did the wrong thing. And I think she understands that she did the wrong thing. It was a bad day. Unfortunately, you're responsible for what you did to the officer. You can't take out your bad day on the officer. You did, in fact, plead guilty. That's proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Just a minute. That's proof by beyond a reasonable doubt. The quantum of proof here is much less. The judgment in this case, therefore, is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
He's just a paranoid police officer.
Just because you
It
had a
was
bad
not
day
my-
doesn't mean that you
no.
can take it out on the general public.
No, I didn't take it out on the
And now, the next case.
All parties on Hughes versus Klein. Step forward, please.
James Hughes says he loaned Marcus Klein his car at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was found wrecked the next day. But Marcus doesn't recall driving, much less crashing the car.
Your Honor, this is case number 51 on the calendar in the matter of Hughes versus Klein. You may be seated.
Mr. Hughes and Mr. Klein, somebody was drunk and damaged a car. Interesting. So, Mr. Hughes, according to your complaint, the defendant borrowed your car, wrecked it, abandoned it, and the damage, including the towing fees and storage fees, of $4,540. So why don't you tell me about that evening?
Yes, well, I let the defendant use my car to run into town. 2:30 or so at night, and early in the morning he hadn't returned. I was notified by the hospital security that my car was in an accident and I needed to contact the highway patrolman.
Had you ever lent him your car before?
I've loaned him my car once before. Tried to make contact with him. I didn't get in contact with him until about 10:30ish that night. He wavered back and forth as to his...
What do you mean he wavered back and forth?
Wavered in regard to his responsibilities. Oh, I parked your car, or what? Were you sure that I used your car?
Tell me about what happened when he came to borrow the car. What time did he borrow the car, sir?
It was about 20 minutes until 2 o'clock in the morning. He came by playing his chess. They're both inseparable.
What's inseparable?
Computer chess game. The computer chess game that he has. I gave him my spare key. I've only received one key from the dealer when I bought the car. I assumed that he would return within the next 45 minutes.
What did he want the car for at that hour in the morning?
He's going to make a beer run.
What's a beer run?
A beer run. Last call for alcohol.
Last call for alcohol.
Yes.
So he was going to buy alcohol and you let him use your car.
Yeah.
Smart.
We had been drinking already all that night. Okay, I don't remember seeing him that night. At
Sir,
1:30.
Were you drunk that night?
Yes. I don't have a history of drinking and driving. I have no DUIs, no problems with drinking, nothing like that. No history of blacking out.
Do you remember where you were that night?
Yes,
Where were
upstairs
you?
from my room with my neighbor. Me and him were drinking at 12:30.
He says he have a hard time remembering many things about that particular night.
That night, okay.
You mentioned that your daughter
Just a second.
When I
saw, get to you. Go ahead.
When I walked into this friend's house and I saw him there, she goes, "Yeah, I saw you and James."
Don't tell me what a friend said. Listen to me. He got in touch with you 10 o'clock the next day.
The next day, yeah.
Okay, where was the car at this point, sir?
The car was in storage in a facility.
Where had the car been found?
The car had been found opposite of the direction that he stated that he was going. It was found in Oxnard, or leading to Oxnard Freeway.
Had it been wrecked?
And it had been wrecked. Yes, it ran into strawberry pylons.
When he called you 10 o'clock the next day, what did you say to him?
No, 10 o'clock the next day, I went to his apartment. And he says, "Where's the car?" And I'm going, "What do you mean, where's the car?" He says, "I loaned you the car. If I don't wreck that car, I would have paid for it, and I don't mind."
But you don't, sir, you were drunk that night. You said so in your answer.
But I don't drink and drive, and I don't have a history of it. I never do. Never.
He tells me that
That's
his
religious.
daughter talked with him and spoke with him
My
that
daughter-
night and swears up and down that she spoke with him. He does remember.
At 3 o'clock in the...
all.
I talked to my daughter about 10 days after that. She said I called her about 3 o'clock in the morning that night, that same night, saying that I was going to pick her up the next day. She goes to school.
So did you remember that?
Did I remember calling her? No.
Well, so then you had a bad period that night.
The car was found on Wanimi Road, about 5, 6 miles, 7 miles in the middle of nowhere, okay? to drive the car, wreck it, and then walk home on the darkest, one of the most dangerous roads in Ventura County,
It's also
and not
possible.
remember any of
It's
it?
al-
Is there anything on that road that would be sort of on the way to something else where the car was found? Was it on the way to a shopping center, to a bar, to anything
No,
else?
Oxnard Ave, no.
So nobody in their right mind would be on that road at that hour.
At that
There's
hour.
no reason why anyone in their right mind
Oh, boy.
would be on that road at that hour of the night. Is that true?
That's the way you're making it sound, yeah. If I was that drunk to where I wouldn't remember, nobody in their right mind would loan me their car.
You asked me, how did you look? You know, were you drunk? Hey, you look like you always look. You know, I really can't tell.
She's ready to rule.
Good friends once. Mr. Klein, I have a sense, sir, that you experienced something for the first time in your life,
Oh, no.
and that is a blackout when you were drinking. Forget the car. If you don't remember speaking to your child, then the alcohol has gotten to you. I will do something about this alcohol problem that I believe has clearly gotten the best of you. In the meantime, I have to make a judgment about what happened in this case. And based upon what I've heard, based upon the fact that this car is on a road to nowhere, based upon the fact that the defendant acknowledges that the plaintiff does not drink, that only somebody who was out of their mind, at least at the moment, would be on that road at 2:30 in the morning. I'm entering a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, which was the cost of the damage, and I've seen the estimates, and the storage of the car in the amount of $4,200. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
Judge Judy will return in a moment.
Parties on Binion versus Miller. All parties on Binion versus Miller. Step forward, please.
Nadia Miller went to rent an apartment from Vernon Binion. Instead, he talked her into taking a bag of beauty products. She says he's a con artist. He wants her to pay.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 18 on the calendar in the matter of Binion versus Miller. You may be seated.
Mr. Binion,
Yes, Your Honor.
your suit against Miss Miller is for $198 for some beauty supplies
That's correct.
that you say she took from your house.
That's right.
Did you take those supplies from his house?
He gave them to me as samples.
Well, tell me how you got to the house and tell me how you got
I
the samples.
answered an ad in the newspaper, the Santa Barbara News Press, for a room for rent. I called up. There was no price in the ad.
That's incorrect, Honor. The ad said $1,200.
Well, at one point in the conversation,
She offered
okay, I
me
called.
$600.
I
Sir,
called.
Sir,
I
I'm gonna
called
let you
numerous.
Shh, listen. I'm going to get to you in a minute.
Thank you.
Don't interrupt her. Go ahead.
I answered numerous ads. Okay, he must.
I'm not
have-
interested in numerous
Okay,
ads.
anyway.
Is it?
He finally says the room is $1,200, and I right away said, "There's nothing more to talk about. That is way not in my means." And beforehand, I told him that I worked in sales, and he said that he had this international marketing business, and that he needed some new people, and that maybe I could work the rent off.
Were you at the house at that time?
No.
This was over the phone.
Right.
Go ahead.
And finally, he said, well, maybe you could work it off, or maybe, you know, I could use a new salesperson. So I discussed it with my boyfriend, and he said, well, maybe not for the room, but go over there. You can always use an extra job. So, you know, it was like a ruse to get me over there for a job. That's why I went over there.
Go ahead.
And I got there, and we walked into the dining room, and I see all these shampoos and stuff. And then I realized it's like an Avon deal. You know, I sold Avon when I was 12. I thought I was going on a real job interview and maybe looking about a place, even though it was out of my budget.
So?
And then he said, oh, well, you know, you could sell this stuff. And I said, you know what? I don't know anybody around here. My family's in New York. You know, I don't know anybody to sell this stuff to. Basically, you know, I don't want to do it. And he just kept, you know, pursuing it and, you know, just saying, oh, you know, you could sell this stuff. he's like, just try it, you know. Try it out for a couple days. Here's some samples. Use it for a while. Tell your friends about it, you know. And he was so persistent, I finally just wanted to get out of there. And, you know, he caught me at a weak and vulnerable moment. And, you know, I didn't want to do it. He was just persistent. And when I went to my boss...
Just a second. So you took the samples
that he gave to me. I mean, we're not talking about, I didn't take anything from his
No, but
property.
you took the samples in a bag and you took them home, right?
That's correct.
And then what happened with the plaintiff? Don't tell me about your boss. Just tell me about what happened with him.
Well, when I got back, I have a witness because he was there when I got back with the products. I didn't look at anything that was in this bag. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Right there, ma'am.
When was the next time you heard from Mr. Binion?
I don't know, a week or so.
And what did he say?
He said, what'd you think of it?
Yeah.
And basically, you know, I'm really busy. I work 40 hours a week.
So what did you say? I'm not
I was
interested
like,
in his
I don't know. I was
life,
like,
madam.
it was all right. And he goes, what are you going to order? And I'm like,
right.
Order? I don't want to order anything.
Okay.
I don't like it.
So?
And then, you know, it was like, he just kept, you know, I wouldn't hear from him for a while. And then he was like, you know, well, for a while we played phone tag because I didn't, you know, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to order anything. You know what I mean?
So did you say, I'll give you your stuff back?
Yeah. And then we kept making appointments for it, and I didn't have time. And, you know, he kept demanding that I bring it back, like, hours that I was working. Yeah.
Is this
and the
all
video
the stuff?
cassette and the cassette.
This is all the stuff.
Yeah.
Did you use the stuff?
I used some of it. He said to use it.
Did you tell
They
her to
were
use...
quarter and half empty.
Did you tell her to use some of the stuff and see if she liked it?
Yes, and she loved it, and she even ordered some, and she made 2 appointments.
That's a lie.
Just listen, madam.
I've got a
Madam.
receipt here that's dated. For the
Try
products
not to
distributed.
talk when I'm talking, sir.
He is lying, Judge.
Listen to me. You don't act disrespectfully in my courtroom. I told him he was to wait until you
Okay.
finish. Now he's speaking. Now keep your mouth closed until he's finished. We understand each
Yes.
other? Good. Go ahead. Did
Miss-
you give her these products to use for herself or to use in hopes of her becoming a sales representative for these products?
She left after we met on August 5th, apparently interested in exploring a business opportunity.
Don't tell me what she was apparently. So you gave it to
I
her
would
to
not
use...
have given it to her if she had not expressed an interest.
Just a minute. You gave her these products
That's correct.
to use to see if she liked it, to see
Exactly.
if she wanted to go into business
And
with
the
you.
agreement was 4 days. She was to. I gave them to her on a Monday. She promised to return them on the following Thursday.
Whatever portion was left.
Right. Well,
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Have you ever engaged a representative in this manner before? By having somebody come and answer an ad in a paper for a room? Yes or no, sir?
The ad was for a rental.
That's not my question. Have you ever engaged somebody
I do
to act
run
as a
ads.
to act as a representative for these products by putting an ad in the paper for a room?
No.
She says she was stuck with a bag of beauty products she didn't want. He says he wants to get paid.
You mean just when she called you on the phone to answer this ad, you thought she had a nice voice and you thought maybe she could be a representative without even seeing her?
What I thought, Your Honor, was she had a lot of courage to call an ad that was advertised for $1,200 and offer me $600 for half of the space. And I found it interesting. We struck up a good conversation, and she told me on the phone that she was ready to move up. And so I told her about my business. I've been doing this for 3 years. I have a business that spans the globe, and I'm very successful at it.
But these kits, sir, are really test kits, and some of the things that you gave her, according to her statement, had already been opened and used, some of the products, before you gave them to her.
That's true.
That's true. Here you go. Would you take this, please? Give it to the plaintiff. Give it to the plaintiff. Shh, quiet. You now have back your products. This case is over. Thank you very much. That's all.
Is that excused? Step out.
It's amazing that I had to come this far to get my products returned to me.
I'm very happy with the decision. I think she figured out that the whole ad in the paper was a ruse. The scam is over with him, you know. I mean, I think he's burnt his bridges on selling these products in Santa Barbara, and I hope he doesn't take advantage of anybody else.
And now, the next case.
Party's on Robinson versus Saltzman. Step forward, please.
Asher Robinson and Mandy Salzman were together, off and on. When they were on, they bought a car. Now, they're totally off. She kept the car, but he wants the money.
According to your complaint, you two people lived together back in 1994. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize I'd put that in the complaint.
Well, it's in the complaint or the answer.
Okay.
And bought a car together.
That is correct.
Now you don't live together anymore.
No.
So now this is about the car.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
We bought a car together. She put in $700, I put in $1,700. We decided whoever kept the car would pay the other off. We put it in her name because I had no driver's license. We split up. She took the car. Did not at that time make her sign a promissory note. She went to Las Vegas, then Arizona, and on her return to pick me up in San Diego and take me back home, the car broke. I went and picked her and the car up. I fixed the car. About a month later, we broke up again, and she took the car, at which time I insisted she sign a promissory note if she was going to take the car. I offered to pay for her $700 and keep the car, but she chose to pay me off. The claim that I had came due on the 15th of August, and I gave her ample time to pay me since then. I received one payment of $100 since that time, and I decided if I was going to get the money, I was going to have to take her to court.
When we broke up originally in January, I had given him $600, so that was already towards what I had owed him.
That's not true. She, I mean, obviously has no way to prove that, but that's not true.
Obviously, but it is true.
You gave him $600 in cash?
Yeah. It was my last 2 paychecks that I gave him before I went when we broke up for that month. When the car broke down...
Did she give you any money?
I told you she gave me $100.
Other than this $100, did she give you any money around that time?
No. That's complete trash.
Go ahead.
And then I gave him $150 in August because I did not have the rest of what I had owed him.
It was in August, and it was $100.
Did you give that to him in cash, too?
Yes, and he had actually offered at that time to give me a receipt. And
Which she declined.
I declined because I figured it was never going to come to this.
Can I see the promissory note, please? Thank you, Bert. Mandy, did you sign this promissory note?
Yes, I was actually forced to. He closed the garage door on my car and was told that I could not leave unless I signed it.
Well, tell me about that.
That was an interesting day. That was the day we broke up, actually. We got into an argument. And
over the car?
Over the car, as usual. And it progressed into being physical, where Asher pushed me, and I realized I just had to leave. So I went up and I was packing all my stuff up, and when I was almost done, Asher, right in front of his mother, hit me. So I pretty much, at this point...
Did you hit her?
No.
His mother would not be able to... Your mother would stand here and say that, Asher.
Don't talk to me.
Sorry. So I got in the car, and his mom said that basically if I don't... Well, she closed the garage door on the car, his electric garage door, and said if I did not sign these papers that I could not leave. So I did.
Why didn't you just, under those circumstances, say, well, I'll leave the car, you give me my $700 back, and you can have the car?
Well, I'd already given him, at that point, $600.
That's a lie. I'm not so sure you gave him $600 already for the car.
Your sister knows I gave you that money, Asher.
And why? Why don't you have something signed for my sister? I mean, that's complete
Because I didn't know it was
hogwash.
going to come to this. I didn't think you would deny the fact that I gave that to you when I left for Vegas.
Why would you give him money?
This is a court of facts. This is
Because
not a
I was
court of
leaving, and
hearsay.
we were at that point, we were not sure if we were going to break up at first, and so I was leaving for a month break. And he was so upset that I was going to take the car that I said, well, fine, I'll just give you this money because I'm going to my mom's house. And I let him keep
I was
it.
upset that you were going to take the car that I paid $1,700 for.
Just
And
a
yes, I asked for you to pay for the car if you were going to take it. And yes, you said you would, and I left you without the promissory note. It wasn't until you already proved yourself dishonest that I made you sign the promissory
8
note.
months later,
and now you're
Asher-
going to sit here and try and lie and say that you
Or
paid
6
me
months later,
$600
Mr.
and try and say that I hit you on television in front of all these people.
Why
You
would
hit
you
me close
listen-
spaces on my left side in front of your
Listen to
mom,
me.
Asher, and she screamed, look what you're bringing
Miss
out of
Saltzman,
him.
Miss Saltzman, if you were leaving under those kinds of circumstances, why wouldn't you get a receipt for the $600 that you say you gave him? I mean, you're not parting as friends. You were leaving, and you were making a substantial payment on what you say you owed him. So it would seem to me to be...
I never thought he would take me to court. I thought it would be through friends that I could pay him off for the car.
I told
Well, you weren't friends. Clearly, at that point, you were angry with each other because you just told me that he...
When I left for Vegas in January, we weren't like, we'd gotten to an argument, and he raised his hand to me and called me a really foul word in front of his family. And
Once
I said,
again, I
I'm
did-
leaving. And so I got my stuff and got in the car, and we talked about it. And he was almost in tears when I was leaving, like, we should work this out some way. And I was like, no, let me just go for a month and, like, have some space with my family and have some time away. So you can keep the money, and I'll be back. At least you're going to have some payment towards the car.
What is all this? What is all this? This has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that you
I
owe me
paid-
$1,700.
No, just a
not
second.
owe you
She's saying,
17.
sir, that she gave you $600, and I'm trying to figure out if I believe that.
She got the car. He wants the money. The case continues in... Asher Robinson and Mandy Salzman were together, off and on. When they were on, they bought a car. Now, they're totally off. She kept the car, but he wants the money.
I'm trying to figure out if I believe that she gave you $600. Clearly, you are owed some money from this car, but I'm not exactly sure how much it is. So that's what I'm trying to ascertain, whether I believe that you received from her,
Right.
first time you split up, $600. So, Ms. Saltzman, you were leaving him. You told me this whole story, and you said, well, I told him to just keep the money. What I want to know is when you say you gave him the money.
It was a week before Christmas, in actually December. So it was,
and then you stayed together until when?
Well, I left for a month, and I came back in the
When
end of
did you
January.
leave?
I left before Christmas and came back 2 weeks into January. And we got
I
back
want you
together
to
again.
tell me exactly under what circumstances you said you gave him the $600.
Under the circumstances that I was leaving and going to take the
Tell
car.
me, were you in the living room? Were you in the kitchen? Were you in the driveway? Were you in the
we
car?
were upstairs in the bedroom, and
all right, you were
I was
upstairs
packing
in the
my
bedroom.
stuff and leaving for Christmas.
Okay, and he said to you what? And you said to him what? Come on.
I said that I'm leaving, and he said, well, give me money for the car, give me something. And I said, I don't have anything. I said,
Just a minute ago.
I said, I need the car to leave. You're in your hometown with your family. You'll have your sister's car. I'm going to leave for the month. And this is all I had. I had 2 or 3 paychecks that I had cashed right before we left Northern California to come to Southern California. And I
You mean
gave
you
him that
saved
money
up-
to...
Just a minute. So your paychecks were for how much?
There was 3 of them. There were approximately, one was like $250, one was like $140. I don't remember actually all the exact prices. Paychecks I saved up because I had money at the time in my bank and I didn't cash the paychecks yet.
You had or you had not cashed the paycheck?
I had not until we left Northern California. So I had all this money left because of Northern California. Because we're doing okay.
You go to the bank and you cash one paycheck.
I
And then
didn't
what'd you
cash
do
the
with them?
I didn't cash the paychecks in front of him. Like at that point, I'd already had the money.
So is what you're telling me is you kept cashing your paychecks and storing the money someplace in the house?
Yeah. Well, in the bank, and then I had extra money in the house when I was leaving.
Well, where'd you get the extra money from?
Well, the money that I didn't put in the bank was extra.
But you put some of the paycheck money in the bank?
Yeah.
Well, you just told me what your paychecks were, and they didn't even add up to $600. So if you put some of the money in the bank and you had some of the money in the house...
I gave him $600. That's the whole point. I gave him $600
And I'm trying to
before I
figure out
left.
where you got $600 from. I don't believe that you gave him $600.
Well, I'm standing here telling you, and I don't lie, so...
Okay.
Asher Robinson and Mandy Salzman were together off and on. When they were on, they bought a car. Now they're totally off. She kept the car, but he wants the money.
I'm trying to make sense of your story, madam.
Okay.
I find it difficult to make sense of
No,
your
I understand
story.
that. I can understand that it's difficult for you to
Understand your story. All right. You have the car now?
Yes.
And your agreement was that whoever kept the car paid off the other person. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Oh. And how long did you use this car together?
For a year.
How long did you use it together?
We bought the car in October of last year.
95.
So you didn't use it very long?
No, we had it we were living together in Humboldt. We had it up there for about a month before we came down to San Diego.
Okay.
A couple months, we used it together.
Okay, and then it's been in your possession, is that right?
Since May, or June, Memorial Day weekend. I've
Sole possession.
Okay. All right, the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600, giving her credit for the one payment of $100 that I do believe she made.
And the
Thank you.
$200?
No, sir. No, sir. $1,600.
Parties are excused.
Thank you.
Put that back to you, right?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
As we journey through our golden years, we notice many changes in our bodies. Our hair might turn a distinguished shade of silver, our skin may tell the stories of a life well lived. Another change, the slowing of our metabolism, happens quietly inside us. You may have noticed maintaining a healthy weight needs more effort than before. Perhaps you feel a bit more sluggish after a meal, or that your overall energy isn't what it used to be. These are common and linked to the natural downshift of our body's internal engine. This engine is your metabolism. Understanding it is a key to aging with vitality and grace. Feeling good isn't about chasing the fountain of youth. It's about embracing wisdom and making smart, gentle choices for health. Paying attention to metabolism is one of the most empowering things we can do. A well-supported metabolism helps manage weight, reduces stress on joints, and supports heart health. It also helps process the food we eat, turning nutrients into usable energy for gardening, playing with grandchildren, and enjoying a morning walk. The word metabolism gets mentioned a lot, especially in conversations about diet and weight. But what does it actually mean? Think of your body as a very busy city. This city is always active even when you are resting or sleeping. Cars are delivering supplies, buildings are being repaired, power stations are generating energy. Metabolism is the grand sum of all these activities happening inside your body's cells. It converts the food and drink you consume into the energy your body needs to function. Breathing, circulating blood repairing cells. Digesting food. Metabolism has two main parts that work together in a continuous cycle. The first part is called catabolism. This is the breaking down phase. When you eat a meal, catabolism breaks down complex carbohydrates, proteins, fats into smaller, simpler units. These simpler units can then be used for energy. Think of it like a recycling plant that takes large items and breaks them into raw materials. Now that we have a clearer picture of metabolism, let's turn our attention to a remarkable natural ally, ginger. This knobby, unassuming root is much more than just a spice to liven up a stir-fry or a batch of cookies. For thousands of years, cultures all over the world have revered ginger. Ancient Chinese texts and Indian texts, dating back over 5,000 years, document its use for a wide range of ailments, especially those related to digestion and inflammation. It was considered a valuable commodity, traded along the spice routes and cherished by the ancient Greeks and Romans for its warming, healing qualities. The part of the ginger plant we use is called the rhizome. This is the underground stem from which the roots grow. This rhizome is a treasure trove of bioactive compounds, which are natural substances that have a profound effect on the body. The most well-known of these compounds are gingerols and shogals. These are the substances that give ginger its characteristic pungent, spicy flavor and aroma. More importantly, they are responsible for many of ginger's health-promoting benefits. When you grate fresh ginger and smell that zesty fragrance, you are experiencing the power of these potent, natural chemicals at work. The long history of ginger's use gives us a great deal of confidence in its safety and effectiveness. So how exactly does this ancient root help to support the metabolic engine we discussed earlier? The magic lies in a process called thermogenesis. This is a scientific term for the production of heat in the body. When your body creates more heat, it naturally burns more calories to do so. The active compounds in ginger, particularly the gingerols, have been shown to have a thermogenic effect. When you consume ginger, it gives your metabolism a gentle nudge, encouraging it to burn calories a little more efficiently. It is like turning up the thermostat in your house just a degree or two, a small change that adds up to significant energy usage over time. One of the most direct ways ginger influences metabolism is through its effect on digestion. A healthy digestive system is crucial for an efficient metabolism. Ginger helps in this area by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes. These enzymes are essential for breaking down food properly so that your body can absorb all the valuable nutrients. When digestion is sluggish, food sits in the stomach for too long, which can lead to bloating, gas, and discomfort. Ginger helps to speed up the process of gastric emptying, moving food from the stomach to the small intestine more quickly. This not only improves digestive comfort, but also ensures your metabolic processes have prompt access to fuel. Furthermore, studies have suggested that ginger may play a role in managing appetite and promoting feelings of fullness, or satiety. Incorporating ginger into your daily routine is not only simple, but also quite enjoyable. One of the easiest and most popular methods is by brewing a warm, soothing cup of ginger tea. You can purchase pre-made ginger tea bags from most grocery stores, which are wonderfully convenient. For a more potent and fresher taste, you can easily make your own. Take a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger root. Peel the ginger, slice it thinly, place the slices in a mug. Pour boiling water over them. Let it steep for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can add a squeeze of lemon for extra flavor. You can add a small spoonful of honey for extra flavor. Ginger is also incredibly versatile in the kitchen and can add a warm, zesty kick to many of your favorite dishes. Grate a small amount of fresh ginger into your morning oatmeal or into a smoothie. It pairs beautifully with sweet foods. It pairs beautifully with savory foods. Add finely minced ginger to salad dressings. Add to marinades for chicken. Add to marinades for fish. Add to vegetable stir-fries. A little bit goes a long way in terms of flavor. Incorporate ginger into soups, carrot soups. Incorporate ginger into soups, squash soups. Incorporate ginger into soups, lentil soups. Using ginger in your cooking is a fantastic way to get its benefits while enhancing your meals. If using fresh ginger seems like too much work, ground ginger from your spice rack is an excellent and convenient alternative. When substituting ground ginger for fresh in a recipe, a general rule of thumb is to use about 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger for every 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger called for. While ginger is a wonderfully safe and natural herb for most people, it is wise to approach any new addition to your health regimen with awareness and care. This is especially true for seniors. Our bodies can be more sensitive. We are more likely to be taking medications for various health conditions. Before you start regularly consuming ginger, especially in larger quantities than cooking, have a conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. They know your personal health history and can provide tailored advice. This simple step helps you enjoy ginger without unwanted surprises. One key consideration for seniors is potential medication interactions. Ginger has natural blood-thinning properties. If you take anticoagulants like warfarin, Coumadin, or antiplatelet drugs like clopidogrel, Plavix, adding ginger could increase bleeding or bruising risk. Discuss this with your healthcare provider. Ginger can lower blood sugar levels. If you're on diabetes medication, your doctor may need to adjust dosage. Ginger can also affect blood pressure. For some people, it lowers blood pressure, a benefit. But combined with blood pressure meds, it could make pressure too low. That may cause lightheadedness or dizziness. A quick chat with your doctor can determine a safe amount. Hearing from others who have walked a similar path can be incredibly inspiring. Take, for example, Margaret, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, Margaret struggled with feeling bloated and sluggish, especially after dinner. Her daughter suggested she try sipping on a simple cup of hot ginger tea in the evenings. Skeptical at first, Margaret decided to give it a try. Within a couple of weeks, she noticed a remarkable difference. The heavy, uncomfortable feeling after meals began to fade. She felt lighter and more energetic. It has now become her favorite evening ritual. Then there is Arthur, a 78-year-old grandfather in Florida who loves to stay active by working in his garden. He had been noticing a little extra weight gathering around his middle that just wouldn't budge. He read an article about ginger's effect on metabolism and started adding freshly grated ginger to his morning smoothie. He loved the zesty flavor it added. Over several months, combined with his active lifestyle, Arthur found he was able to manage his weight more easily. He credits the ginger with giving his metabolism the little extra push it needed. Consider the story of Helen, a 68-year-old who has always been mindful of her health. Helen takes medication for high blood pressure and was cautious about trying new things. She spoke with her doctor about using ginger to support her overall wellness. Her doctor was supportive and advised her to monitor her blood pressure at home. Helen started adding a small amount of ginger to her cooking, particularly in soups and vegetable dishes. While we have focused on ginger's wonderful ability to support a healthy metabolism, its benefits for seniors extend far beyond that. This remarkable root is a true partner in holistic well-being, offering support for many of the health concerns that can arise as we age. One of its most celebrated properties is its ability to soothe joint discomfort. The same anti-inflammatory compounds that help metabolism also work to reduce the inflammation associated with osteoarthritis. Many seniors find that regular consumption of ginger can help to lessen stiffness and pain in their knees. Many seniors find that regular consumption of ginger can help to lessen stiffness and pain in their hips. Many seniors find that regular consumption of ginger can help to lessen stiffness and pain in their hands, improving mobility and quality of life. Ginger is also a legendary digestive aid, a reputation it has held for centuries. It is exceptionally effective at relieving nausea and soothing an upset stomach, whether it's a bit of indigestion after a rich meal, motion sickness on a car trip, or even the nausea that can sometimes accompany certain medical treatments. A warm cup of ginger tea can calm the stomach and ease feelings of queasiness. Furthermore, ginger is a powerful ally for your immune system. It is packed with antioxidants. Those antioxidants help protect your body's cells from damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. This cellular damage is a key factor in aging and the development of many chronic diseases. By neutralizing these free radicals, the antioxidants in ginger help to support a robust immune response. Finally, this versatile root can even contribute to heart health and brain health. Its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects are beneficial for the cardiovascular system, helping to support healthy circulation and blood vessel function. We have traveled a path from understanding our body's inner engine to rediscovering an ancient root that can help keep it running smoothly. Metabolism is simply the process of turning food into life-giving energy, and it naturally changes as we age. Ginger has a rich history and science-backed benefits, offering a gentle, natural way to support metabolism. Its thermogenic effect helps burn calories, it aids digestion, and it can reduce inflammation. Ginger is a true friend to our well-being, a simple, accessible tool for healthy aging. Incorporating ginger is not a demanding diet or exhausting exercise program. It's an invitation to take a small, enjoyable step toward better health. The simple pleasure of sipping warm, fragrant tea on a cool evening. The zest it adds to a home-cooked meal shared with loved ones. These small acts of self-care, practiced consistently, accumulate into lasting change. They empower us to take an active role in our health with nature's gentle wisdom. As you consider adding ginger, proceed with mindful awareness. Listen to your body. Start with small amounts. Maintain an open dialogue with your healthcare provider. Embrace this simple opportunity.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Whether you're joining with friends, family, or on your own, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about something that touches so many of us, finding ways to feel our best as we age, especially when it comes to managing our weight. Maybe you've noticed the scale creeping up, or you feel frustrated that what worked in your 30s just doesn't work now. You're not alone. For many, weight isn't just about numbers. It's about energy, confidence, and being able to enjoy time with loved ones. Maybe you've felt discouraged, or even a little isolated, seeing others seem to lose weight more easily. It's a common feeling, and it's okay. The truth is, our bodies change as we age. Metabolism slows, hormones shift, and life brings new routines. But here's the good news. You have the power to make positive changes, no matter your age or starting point. This isn't about strict diets or giving up the foods you love. It's about small, realistic steps that fit your life and bring you joy. In this guide, I'll walk with you, like a trusted friend, through simple, science-backed ways to reignite your metabolism, boost your energy, and help you feel your absolute best. Together, we'll celebrate every victory, big or small, and remind each other that you are never alone on this journey. Let's explore one of your body's most fascinating systems, your internal clock, also known as your circadian rhythm. Imagine it as your body's natural timekeeper, quietly guiding your daily patterns. This internal clock is built into every cell, syncing your sleep, hunger, and energy to the cycle of day and night. Think of it as a conductor, keeping all your body's instruments in harmony. As we age, this clock can lose some of its precision. You might notice you wake up earlier or feel sleepy sooner in the evening. This is your circadian rhythm shifting with time. Your metabolism, the engine that turns food into energy, also changes. Picture metabolism as a car engine. When you're younger, it runs fast and smooth. With age, it naturally slows down, making it easier to gain weight even if your habits stay the same. Here's the good news. Your internal clock still works for you. By eating meals at regular times, especially during daylight, you help your metabolism run more efficiently, like tuning up that engine. For example, your body is best at processing food in the morning and early afternoon, when your insulin sensitivity is highest. That means your body can use sugars for energy instead of storing them as fat. But if you eat late at night, your body is winding down and your metabolism slows. That same meal is more likely to be stored as fat, not burned for energy. Scientists call this chrononutrition, eating in sync with your body's clock. Even small changes, like shifting dinner earlier or having breakfast soon after waking, can make a big difference over time. So what does an ideal eating schedule look like for your golden years? Let's walk through it together, step by step. First, choose an eating window that fits your life. Many seniors find a 10-hour window works well, like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. But if your schedule is different, you might try 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., or even 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Start your day with a nourishing breakfast within 1 to 2 hours of waking. This could be between 7 and 9 a.m. Breakfast jumpstarts your metabolism and gives you energy for the day ahead. For breakfast, aim for protein-rich foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with protein powder. Add some fruit or whole grains for lasting energy. If you get hungry mid-morning, a light snack is perfectly fine. Try a handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or a small cup of cottage cheese. Make lunch your biggest meal, ideally between 12 and 2 p.m. This is when your digestion is strongest and your body can use the energy best. Fill your lunch plate with lean protein like chicken or fish, healthy fats such as avocado or olive oil, and plenty of colorful vegetables. If you need an afternoon snack, keep it light. Think sliced veggies with hummus, a small apple, or a few whole grain crackers. Dinner should be your lightest meal, finished at least 3 hours before bedtime, ideally between 5 and 7 p.m. This helps your body rest and repair overnight. For dinner, try a bowl of soup, a salad with grilled fish, or a small serving of brown rice and steamed vegetables. If you struggle with late-night snacking, try brushing your teeth after dinner, sipping herbal tea, or keeping healthy snacks out of sight. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. If you have a late dinner or snack, just get back on track the next day. Small, steady changes add up. Adjust your schedule as needed for social events, travel, or family gatherings. Flexibility is key. Just return to your routine when you can. The most important thing is to listen to your body and make gradual changes. You're building habits for a healthier, more energetic future, one meal at a time. One of the best ways to succeed is to make healthy eating part of your routine, not just a short-term project. Planning ahead is your secret weapon. Start by setting aside a little time each week, maybe Sunday afternoon, to plan your meals and snacks. Write a simple grocery list before you shop. When you shop, stick to your list and focus on fresh produce, lean proteins, and whole grains. If you can, shop with a friend or family member. It makes the experience more enjoyable and helps you stay on track. Once home, prep some ingredients in advance. Wash and chop vegetables, cook a batch of brown rice or quinoa, and portion out snacks. Store them in clear containers so healthy choices are always easy to grab. If you use a slow cooker or instant pot, Set it up in the morning. By dinner time, your meal is ready with little effort. Social events and family gatherings are part of life. If you're invited out, enjoy yourself. Just try to eat a healthy snack beforehand so you're not too hungry, and focus on conversation and connection. If your schedule changes or you have an unexpected day, don't stress. Just do your best and get back to your routine at the next meal. Progress, not perfection, is what matters. Many seniors find it helpful to keep a simple food journal or calendar. Mark down your successes, and don't forget to celebrate small wins, like eating dinner a little earlier or trying a new recipe. Here's a quote from Linda, age 72. "Planning my meals on Sunday has made my week so much easier. I feel more in control and less tempted by snacks." And from George, age 68, "I used to skip breakfast and snack late at night. Now I eat with my family and feel more energetic every day." Remember, you don't have to do this alone. Ask a friend or loved one to join you or share your goals with your community. Support makes all the difference. With a little planning, flexibility, and encouragement, you can make these healthy habits a natural part of your life, no matter what comes your way. Sometimes, the best way to understand the power of a new approach is to hear from people just like you, real seniors who have walked this path and found success. Let me start with Carol, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Florida. She struggled with her weight for years, despite walking daily and eating what she thought was a healthy diet. Carol says, "I used to snack late at night while watching TV. I felt tired in the mornings and my sleep was restless." After learning about eating with her body's clock, Carol made one change. She finished dinner by 6:30 p.m. and skipped late-night snacks. Within weeks she slept better, felt more energetic, and lost 15 pounds in 3 months. Now meet James, a 72-year-old grandfather from Ohio. James always loved big family dinners, but he noticed his energy dipping in the afternoons and his weight creeping up. James shares, "I started eating a bigger breakfast and a lighter dinner. I stopped eating after 7 p.m. Now I have more energy to play with my grandkids, and I've lost 10 pounds. Then there's Maria and Luis, a couple in their late 60s from California. They decided to try the 10-hour eating window together, supporting each other along the way. Maria says, "We made it a fun challenge. We plan our meals, eat together, and remind each other to stop eating after dinner. We both feel lighter, sleep better, and enjoy our evenings more." These stories show that transformation is possible at any age. The most common advice from those who succeeded? Start small, be patient, and celebrate every step. Remember, the journey is unique for everyone. Whether you're like Carol, James, or Maria and Luis, you can find your own rhythm and enjoy the rewards. More energy, better sleep, and a brighter outlook. Now that you've heard about eating windows and schedules, let's talk about making this approach truly your own. This isn't a strict one-size-fits-all diet. It's a flexible framework designed to support your unique needs and lifestyle. Start by listening to your body. Notice when you feel hungry, satisfied, or full. Some days you may want breakfast at 7, other days at 9. That's perfectly normal. Honor those signals. If you have medical needs, like diabetes, heart conditions, or take medications, work with your healthcare provider to adjust your eating window safely. Your health team can help you find the best timing for your meals and medications. Set realistic, gentle goals. Maybe you start by finishing dinner a little earlier, or by making breakfast a bit more filling. Small steps add up over time. Track your progress in a way that feels good to you. You might jot down how you feel each day, use a simple calendar, or try a health app. Celebrate every small victory, like more energy, better sleep, or a lighter mood. Remember, flexibility is your friend. If you have a special occasion or a busy day, adjust your schedule without guilt. Self-compassion is key. This is about caring for yourself, not perfection. The most important thing is to find a rhythm that fits your life and makes you feel your best. Use these guidelines as a starting point and fine-tune them as you go. You are in charge of your journey. Before making any significant changes to your diet or eating patterns, it's essential to have a conversation with your healthcare provider. This step is not just a formality, it's a foundation for your safety and success. Your doctor or registered dietitian knows your personal medical history, the medications you take, and any underlying health conditions you may have. They are your most important partners on your health team. When you meet with your provider, Bring a list of your current medications and supplements. Be ready to share your goals and ask questions like, is it safe for me to change my meal times? Or, how might this affect my medications? If you have a chronic condition like diabetes, heart disease, or high blood pressure, your provider can help you understand how meal timing may impact your health and whether any adjustments are needed. Ask your doctor, should I monitor my blood sugar or blood pressure more closely as I make these changes? And, are there warning signs I should watch for? Your provider may suggest adjusting the timing or dosage of your medications to better fit your new eating schedule. This is a normal part of the process and helps keep you safe. Remember, your healthcare team is there to support you. They want to help you succeed and feel your best. Don't hesitate to ask for clarification or write down their recommendations. Think of this conversation as an opportunity to build a stronger partnership with your provider. You might say, I'm interested in eating earlier in the day to support my health. What do you think? This shows you are proactive and thoughtful about your health. Most providers appreciate when patients take an active role in their well-being. By working together, you can create a plan that is safe, effective, and tailored to your unique needs. This is the smartest, safest, and most empowering first step you can take on your path to a healthier, more vibrant you. As we reach the end of our journey together, I hope you feel inspired and filled with new possibilities. Remember, every day is a fresh chance to make positive changes. We've learned that aligning your eating habits with your body's natural rhythm can unlock energy, health, and joy at any age. This isn't about strict rules or giving up what you love. It's about working with your body, not against it, and celebrating every small victory. Give yourself the gift of nourishment when your body needs it most, and allow time for rest and renewal. You deserve to feel vibrant and alive. Imagine waking up refreshed, ready to enjoy your favorite hobbies, time with loved ones, and all the adventures ahead. You are not alone on this path. There is a whole community cheering you on, and every step you take brings you closer to your goals. Start today. Choose one small change, like finishing dinner a little earlier or adding a healthy breakfast. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Believe in yourself. You have the strength, wisdom, and support to make your golden years your healthiest and happiest yet. Your journey to a brighter, more energetic future begins with a single step. Take it today and know that you are worth it. Here's to your health, your happiness, and the wonderful years ahead. You can do this. Thank you for joining me. Wishing you a bright, healthy future, starting now.
Section 1. The refreshing sip. More than just quenching thirst. Imagine this moment. The world outside is bathed in golden sunlight, and the air hums with the gentle warmth of a summer afternoon. You've just come in from tending to your garden, hands still tingling from the cool earth. Or maybe you've returned from a leisurely stroll around the block, feeling the sun on your face. There's a gentle ache in your legs, a thin sheen of perspiration on your brow, and a pleasant tiredness that settles into your muscles. The house feels cool and inviting as you step inside. You pause, savoring the contrast between the warmth outside and the gentle chill within. Your eyes drift to the kitchen, where a glass sits waiting, tall, clear, and filled with ice-cold water. The condensation beads up and slowly rolls down the sides, catching the light. You reach for it, fingers wrapping around the cool glass. For a moment, you simply hold it, feeling the chill seep into your skin, anticipation building. Maybe it reminds you of childhood summers, running through sprinklers, laughter echoing, and the taste of cold water after hours of play. Or perhaps it's a simple ritual, one you look forward to every day, a small act of self-care that brings comfort and joy. You lift the glass to your lips. The first sip is always the best, icy, crisp, and utterly refreshing. The coldness spreads through your mouth, down your throat, and into your chest, chasing away the last traces of heat and fatigue. For a moment, you close your eyes, savoring the sensation. It's more than just quenching thirst. It's a wave of renewal, a pause in the day that feels almost luxurious. You open your eyes and notice the world feels a little brighter, your body lighter, your mind clearer. It's one of life's simple, undeniable pleasures, a moment of gratitude for something so basic, yet so essential. But what if I told you that this everyday act might be doing more than just hydrating and cooling you? There's a persistent idea, almost an old wives' tale, that drinking cold water could actually help your body burn a few extra calories. Is there any truth to this claim? Does that refreshing sip come with a hidden metabolic benefit, however small? The idea seems plausible. Our bodies are remarkable machines, always working to keep us balanced and comfortable. This process is called homeostasis, maintaining a steady internal environment, including our core body temperature at 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or about 37 degrees Celsius. When we introduce something much colder, like a glass of icy water, it stands to reason that our body must expend some energy to warm it up. The real question is, how much energy does this process actually require? Could it ever be enough to make a meaningful difference in our health or weight? In our journey to uncover the truth, we'll explore this fascinating biological process together, one refreshing sip at a time. Section 2. Understanding calories, the energy currency. The word calorie was first used in the early 1800s by French scientists who wanted a way to measure energy, just like we measure distance in miles or weight in pounds. A calorie is the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. This was measured using a device called a calorimeter, which burned food to see how much heat it produced. Today, when we talk about calories in food, we actually mean kilocalories. 1 food calorie with a capital C is 1,000 scientific calories. Calories are everywhere, on food labels, in diet plans, and in exercise discussions. But many people misunderstand what they really mean. A calorie is not a thing you can see or touch. It is simply a unit, a way to measure the energy your body gets from food and drink. For example, a medium banana has about 100 calories, a slice of bread about 70, and a glass of milk around 120. Even a cup of black coffee has just 2 calories. Some people think all calories are bad, but calories are essential. They are the fuel that powers every heartbeat, every breath, and every step you take. Your body needs a certain number of calories each day just to keep you alive. This is called your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Everything you do, walking, talking, even thinking, uses calories. The more active you are, the more calories you need. But not all calories are equal. Calories from nutritious foods like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains support your health, while empty calories from sugary drinks or snacks do not. So when we ask if drinking cold water burns calories, what we are really asking is, does the act of warming that water up force our body to use some of its stored energy? Section 3. The journey of a cold drink. This is where science meets sensation. Imagine taking a sip of ice-cold water. Instantly, your mouth tingles with a sharp chill, and your tongue almost recoils from the cold. This is your body's first encounter with the temperature difference. The nerves in your mouth and cheeks send rapid signals to your brain, registering the cold as both refreshing and sometimes a little uncomfortable, especially if you have sensitive teeth. As the water swirls, it absorbs heat from your tongue, cheeks, and palate. This is why the first sip always feels the coldest. The temperature difference is greatest here. In seconds, you swallow. The cold water travels down your esophagus, a muscular 10-inch tube, where it continues to draw warmth from the surrounding tissues. Think of it like pouring cold water through a warm pipe. The esophagus gives up some of its heat, but the water remains chilly as it enters the stomach. The stomach is where the real warming happens. Here, the cold water meets a pool of digestive juices and any food already present, all kept at your body's core temperature. As the cold water splashes in, your body's internal sensors detect a sudden drop in temperature. Blood vessels in the stomach lining dilate, rushing warm blood to the area to restore balance. This process is automatic. Your body acts like a thermostat, working to bring the cold liquid up to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. You may have heard the myth that drinking cold water can shock your system or slow digestion. In reality, your body is well equipped to handle temperature changes, and normal digestion continues smoothly. In fact, many cultures enjoy cold drinks and even cold foods like ice cream or chilled fruit with no harm to digestion. The key is moderation and listening to your body's comfort. The journey of a cold drink is a fascinating interplay of sensation, science, and myth. Each sip is a reminder of your body's remarkable ability to adapt and maintain balance, one refreshing gulp at a time. Section 4. Your body's internal furnace at work. Imagine you step outside on a chilly morning and a shiver runs down your spine. Instantly, your body springs into action to keep you warm, just as it does when you drink a glass of cold water. Your brain, acting as command center, detects the drop in temperature through nerves in your skin and stomach. It sends rapid signals through the nervous system, triggering a cascade of responses. Hormones like adrenaline and thyroid hormone are released, telling your heart to beat a little faster and your muscles to generate more heat. Even tiny muscles you don't control, like those causing you to shiver. Your liver ramps up its activity, breaking down stored energy to fuel this process. Meanwhile, your blood vessels near the skin constrict to keep warmth at your core, while vessels around your stomach expand to transfer heat to the cold water. This is your body's internal furnace at work. Cells in your muscles, liver, and other organs burn calories, releasing energy as heat. The process is called thermogenesis. Everyone's furnace is a little different. Some people naturally generate more heat, while others feel cold more easily. Age, hormones, and even what you eat can affect your metabolism. For example, after a brisk walk in the cold, your body keeps burning extra calories for a while, just to restore your core temperature. Drinking cold water triggers a similar, though much smaller effect. So the next time you take a refreshing sip of cold water, remember, your body is quietly orchestrating a symphony of organs, hormones, and nerves, all working together to keep you in perfect balance. This is the part we have all been waiting for, the real numbers behind the cold water calorie myth. We know the body expends energy to heat cold water, but how much energy are we really talking about? Let's break it down step by step using a typical glass of ice water as our example. 16 ounces is about 500 milliliters or half a liter. That's also about 500 grams or 0.5 kilograms. Now, imagine the water is straight from the fridge, about 3 degrees Celsius or 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Your body temperature is about 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The water needs to be warmed up by 34 degrees Celsius to match your body. The formula is simple. Mass times temperature change. So 0.5 kilograms times 34 degrees equals 17 kilocalories. That's 17 food calories for 1 glass of cold water. To put that in perspective, 17 calories is about the same as 2 baby carrots, or roughly 3 to 4 minutes of brisk walking. If you drank 8 glasses of cold water a day, you'd burn about 136 calories, still less than a single can of soda. Over a week, that's nearly 1,000 calories. Over a year, it could add up to a few pounds of fat, if nothing else changed. But here's the catch. The average adult eats between 1,800 and 2,500 calories a day. That extra burn is just a drop in the bucket. In fact, it's much easier to skip a single cookie or take a short walk than to rely on cold water for meaningful calorie loss. Some people wonder if drinking cold water can boost metabolism or help with weight loss. The answer is yes, but only in a very minor way. The real benefits of water come from staying hydrated, feeling full, and choosing it over sugary drinks, not from the tiny calorie burn. So while the math is fun and the science is real, drinking cold water is best seen as a healthy habit, not a weight loss miracle. While drinking cold water does burn a small number of extra calories, weight management is about much more than simple math. Our bodies are influenced by a variety of factors: genetics, hormones, sleep, stress, and even our emotions. Experts agree that sustainable habits are the real key to long-term health. As Dr. Lisa Sanders, a nutrition specialist, says, lasting change comes from small, consistent actions, not quick fixes. The psychology of dieting can be challenging. Restrictive diets often lead to frustration and rebound weight gain. Instead, focus on building healthy routines you can enjoy and maintain. Water plays a vital role in this process. It supports digestion, helps regulate appetite, and can even improve mood and energy levels. Choosing water over sugary drinks is a simple, powerful step for your health. Remember, the most significant benefits of drinking water come from making it a regular part of your daily routine. It's not about burning a few extra calories, but about supporting your body's overall well-being. So, while the idea of burning calories with cold water is scientifically sound, it's best viewed as a tiny, interesting bonus. True health comes from balanced nutrition, regular movement, and habits you can stick with for life. As one expert puts it, there's no magic bullet, just the magic of daily choices. Celebrate every positive step and remember that your journey to health is unique and worth honoring. Focusing only on the minor calorie-burning effect of cold water misses the bigger picture. Water is essential for our health, especially as we age. Proper hydration is a cornerstone of well-being. Every cell, tissue, and organ in our bodies needs water to function at its best. As we get older, our bodies contain less water than when we were younger, and our sense of thirst can diminish. This makes us more susceptible to dehydration. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, confusion, dizziness, and even increase the risk of falls or hospitalizations. But the good news is, staying hydrated is one of the simplest ways to support healthy aging. Water helps transport nutrients and oxygen to your cells, flushes waste from your system, and lightens the load on your kidneys and liver. It keeps digestion running smoothly, prevents constipation, and lubricates your joints, which can help reduce arthritis pain and stiffness. Your brain function depends on hydration. Even mild dehydration can affect memory, mood, and concentration. Staying well hydrated is also vital for your heart. When you're dehydrated, your blood volume drops, making your heart work harder and increasing strain on your cardiovascular system. For seniors with heart conditions, drinking enough water each day can make a real difference in how you feel. Water also helps regulate your body temperature, not just by warming up cold drinks, but by allowing your body to cool itself through sweat and prevent overheating. Let's hear from a few seniors about how staying hydrated has improved their lives. Since I started drinking more water, I feel more energetic and my headaches have almost disappeared, says Margaret, age 72. I used to get dizzy spells, but my doctor suggested I drink water regularly. It really made a difference, shares Robert, age 78. So, while the calorie conversation is interesting, the real headline should be water's life-sustaining benefits. Raise a glass, cold or not, to your health. Section 8. Simple tips for staying wonderfully hydrated. Knowing the importance of hydration is one thing. Actually making it a daily habit is another. Many people, especially as we age, find that our natural thirst signals are less reliable. This can make it easy to forget to drink enough water. The key is to make drinking water a conscious, consistent habit. Try setting reminders on your phone, or use a water bottle with time markers to track your progress. Place water bottles in visible spots around your home, on the kitchen counter, beside your favorite chair, or next to your bed. If you're a caregiver or family member, gently remind your loved one to drink regularly and offer water with meals and snacks. Make hydration fun. Try using colorful cups, or infuse water with slices of lemon, cucumber, or berries for a refreshing twist. Herbal teas, milk, and even soups can help you meet your fluid needs. Just remember to limit sugary drinks. Watch for signs of dehydration, dry mouth, dark urine, headache, dizziness, or confusion. If you notice these, drink water right away. If you take medications or have health conditions, ask your doctor how much fluid is right for you. Here's a quick checklist to help you stay hydrated every day. Drink a glass of water with every meal and snack. Carry a water bottle when you go out. Set reminders to sip throughout the day. Add flavor with fruit or herbs. Watch for signs of dehydration. Remember, staying hydrated is one of the simplest ways to support your health and well-being. So raise a glass, cold or not, to your health. You have made a commitment to your health. You've cleared the pantry of tempting snacks. You're measuring your portions. You are choosing salads over sandwiches. Yet, day after day, week after week, the number on the scale refuses to budge. It can feel incredibly disheartening, like you're putting in all the effort for no reward. This experience is far more common than you might think, especially after 60. It can lead to feelings of failure and make you question if losing weight is even possible. The truth, it is possible, but the rules have changed. This plateau isn't personal failure. It's not lack of willpower or discipline. Often it's a sign your body runs under different physiological rules than it did decades ago. Strategies that worked in your 30s or 40s may be less effective now. Sometimes they even backfire. Understanding these changes is the first step to breaking the standstill. Find a path that works for the body you have today, not the one you had years ago. Shift from restriction to nourishment and support for changing biology. Weight loss after 60 is about steady, sustainable change, not rapid transformations. Look beyond calories on your plate. Consider the whole body picture of health. It's a holistic puzzle. Every piece matters. Ignoring these factors is like navigating a new city with an outdated map. Think of your metabolism as the engine of your body. It is the complex process that converts the food and the drink you consume into the energy your body needs to function. Breathing, circulating blood, repairing cells. When you were younger, this engine likely ran at a higher, faster rate. However, as we age, this engine naturally begins to slow down. This change is known as a decrease in your basal metabolic rate, which is the number of calories your body burns simply by being at rest. This slowdown is a normal part of the aging process, but it has significant implications for weight management. This metabolic deceleration means that your body requires fewer calories to perform its basic functions than it did in previous years. So, even if you are eating the exact same amount of food that you did 10 or 20 years ago, you may find yourself gaining weight. It's not that the food has suddenly become more fattening. It's that your body's energy requirements have decreased. This creates a caloric surplus, where the excess energy that your body doesn't need for immediate functions gets stored as fat. This subtle shift can be baffling if you're not aware of it, making you feel like your body has betrayed you. Several factors contribute to this age-related metabolic slowdown. A primary driver is the natural decline in muscle mass. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns more calories at rest than fat tissue does. As we lose muscle, our body's overall calorie-burning capacity diminishes. Furthermore, hormonal changes that occur with age, in both men and women, can also influence metabolic rate. Changes in thyroid function, for example, can also play a role, as the thyroid gland is a key regulator of your body's metabolism. Understanding this metabolic shift is not a cause for despair. Rather, it is a call for a strategic adjustment. Instead, we must become more conscious of our new, lower energy needs. It means focusing on nutrient-dense foods that provide the vitamins and the minerals your body needs without an excess of calories. One of the most significant yet often overlooked aspects of aging is the gradual loss of muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia. This can begin as early as our 30s and accelerates after 60. Muscle is your body's primary calorie-burning furnace. It's metabolically active. It burns energy even at rest. Less muscle means your resting metabolism slows and you burn fewer calories across the day. That makes it easier to gain weight and harder to lose it. It also hurts your strength, your mobility, and your stability. Everyday tasks get harder. Carrying groceries, climbing stairs, getting up from a chair. That raises the risk of falls and fractures, which can crush independence and quality of life. So preserving or rebuilding muscle isn't just about weight loss. It's about healthy, active aging. Why does this happen? It's a mix of factors, a big one, a more sedentary lifestyle. Another factor, decreased protein intake. Older adults sometimes eat less protein, yet bodies often need more to trigger muscle protein synthesis, the building and repair of muscle tissue. The good news? Sarcopenia isn't inevitable. You can fight back with resistance training. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. Try lifting light weights, using resistance bands, or bodyweight moves like squats and lunges. Challenging your muscles sends a signal to build and maintain tissue. Pair that with adequate protein and you preserve strength and keep your metabolic engine humming. As we grow older, it is common to be managing one or more chronic health conditions with the help of prescription medications. These drugs are often vital for maintaining our health, controlling symptoms, preventing serious complications. However, an often undiscussed side effect of many common medications is weight gain. This can be an incredibly frustrating piece of the puzzle, as the very thing you are taking to improve your health might be inadvertently contributing to your struggles with weight. It is a hidden culprit that can sabotage your best dieting and exercise efforts without you even realizing it. Several classes of medications are known to have weight gain as a potential side effect. For instance, some drugs used to treat diabetes, certain types of insulin, sulfonylureas, certain antidepressants, tricyclic antidepressants, some SSRIs, steroids like prednisone, often prescribed for inflammatory conditions like arthritis, asthma, even some blood pressure medications, like beta blockers. The mechanisms by which these drugs cause weight gain can vary. Some medications may directly slow down your metabolism. Others can significantly increase your appetite or cravings for carbohydrates, sweets. Another common effect is fluid retention, leading to bloating and a higher weight on the scale. even if you haven't gained actual body fat. This can be particularly discouraging as it can happen quite rapidly. It is absolutely crucial that you never stop or change the dose of a prescribed medication on your own because you suspect it is causing weight gain. This can be dangerous and have serious consequences for your health. Instead, the correct approach is to have an open and honest conversation with your doctor, pharmacist. Discuss your concerns about your weight and ask if any of your medications could be contributing. In some cases, there may be an alternative medication available that treats your condition effectively without the same impact on your weight. Your healthcare provider can help you weigh the benefits and risks and find the best solution for your overall health. In our quest for weight loss, we often focus intently on diet and exercise, but we frequently overlook two powerful saboteurs, stress and lack of sleep. In our later years, we may face unique stressors, managing chronic health conditions, financial concerns, changes in our social roles. Our sleep patterns can become more fragmented and less restorative. These two factors are deeply intertwined, creating a vicious cycle, making weight loss feel like an uphill battle, no matter how carefully you eat or how much you exercise. When you are under chronic stress, your body produces high levels of a hormone called cortisol. While cortisol is essential for many bodily functions, persistently elevated levels can wreak havoc on your weight loss goals. Cortisol can increase your appetite, leading to powerful cravings for high-fat, high-sugar comfort foods. It also signals your body to store fat, particularly in the abdominal area. This visceral fat, located deep within the abdomen, is especially dangerous as it surrounds your vital organs and is strongly linked to an increased risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Poor sleep works in a similarly disruptive way. When you don't get enough quality sleep, the hormones that regulate your appetite are thrown into disarray. Levels of ghrelin, the hunger hormone that tells you when to eat, go up. At the same time, levels of leptin, the satiety hormone that tells you when you're full, go down. This hormonal imbalance means you feel hungrier throughout the day and less satisfied after meals, making you more likely to overeat. Furthermore, sleep deprivation can lead to fatigue, reducing your motivation to exercise and making you more likely to reach for sugary snacks for a quick energy boost. To counteract these effects, it is vital to prioritize both stress management and sleep hygiene. Finding healthy ways to cope with stress is essential. Walking in nature, practicing mindfulness, meditation. For better sleep, establish a relaxing bedtime routine. Dim the lights, turn off screens like televisions and phones an hour before bed, and make sure your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. Even with the best intentions, it's honestly pretty easy to fall into common dieting traps that can halt your progress or even lead to weight gain. One of the most frequent mistakes I see in older adults is actually not eating enough. It sounds counterintuitive, but drastically cutting calories can totally backfire. When your body perceives that it is starving, it goes into a protective mode. Your metabolism slows down even further to conserve energy, making weight loss incredibly difficult. This severe restriction can also lead to the loss of precious muscle mass, which is really detrimental to your metabolic rate and overall strength. Another significant pitfall is inaccurate tracking of food intake. Many of us tend to underestimate how much we are actually eating. A little extra dressing on the salad, a handful of nuts while watching television, that second spoonful of sugar in your coffee can all add up. Without consciously tracking what you consume, these hidden calories can easily push you out of the caloric deficit needed for weight loss. Using a simple food diary or a smartphone app for a week or two can be an eye-opening experience, providing a realistic picture of your eating habits. Setting unrealistic goals is another path to discouragement and quitting. The media often promotes rapid, dramatic weight loss, but this is neither healthy nor sustainable, especially for seniors. Aiming to lose 1 or 2 pounds a week is a realistic and safe target. Expecting the scale to drop every single day is also a recipe for frustration. Weight can fluctuate daily due to water retention, hormonal shifts, other factors. It is more productive to focus on the overall trend over several weeks and to celebrate non-scale victories. Your clothes fitting better, having more energy, being able to walk a little farther. Finally, a common mindset trap is focusing only on the good and bad foods. This all-or-nothing thinking can lead to feelings of guilt and deprivation. A more sustainable approach is to practice moderation, and focus on an overall healthy eating pattern. Now that we have identified the challenges, let's focus on actionable, practical strategies to help you overcome them. The first step is to prioritize protein. Muscle mass is crucial for your metabolism and strength. To combat age-related muscle loss, give your body the building blocks it needs. Aim to include a source of lean protein with every meal. Chicken breast, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, beans, lentils. Spread your protein intake throughout the day. Next, embrace resistance training. Don't rely on cardio alone, walking, swimming. Do strength training 2 to 3 times per week. Resistance bands, light dumbbells, weight machines at a local gym, wall push-ups, chair squats. Always start slowly and focus on proper form to prevent injury. It is also critical to focus on nutrient density over calorie counting alone. Make every calorie count by choosing foods packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Fill your plate with a colorful variety of vegetables and fruits. Oats, quinoa, brown rice, white bread, pasta. These high-fiber foods will help you feel fuller for longer. Healthy fats, avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil. Finally, make sleep and stress management non-negotiable parts of your health plan. Create a calming bedtime ritual to signal to your body it's time to wind down. Avoid caffeine late in the evening. Avoid heavy meals late in the evening. Gardening, listening to music, deep breathing exercises, spending time with loved ones. Treat sleep and stress management with the same importance as your diet and exercise routine. This will create a strong foundation and make your weight loss journey more successful and sustainable. As you move forward, reframe your mindset. Not short-term dieting, but long-term sustainable lifestyle changes. The goal isn't just losing weight, it's building lifelong habits for health and vitality. Find ways of eating and moving you genuinely enjoy. If you despise an exercise, you won't stick with it. Explore activities until one brings you joy. Dancing, water aerobics, tai chi, hiking with a friend. The best exercise is the one you will do consistently. Your diet shouldn't feel like punishment. Fill it with delicious, satisfying, nourishing foods. Experiment with new recipes. Explore herbs and spices for flavor without extra salt or fat. Learn to cook favorite dishes in healthier ways. Don't completely forbid foods you love. Incorporate them as occasional treats. Moderation prevents deprivation. Keep habits in social situations, during holidays, and for the long haul. Success is not perfection. It's consistency. Patience and self-compassion are your greatest allies. Your body has changed. It will take time to respond. There will be weeks the scale doesn't move and times you slip up. That's normal. Instead of criticizing yourself, offer kindness like you'd give a friend. Acknowledge effort, learn, and get right back on track next meal, next workout. Mental and emotional health matter as much as physical. Celebrate progress. Not just the number on the scale. More energy to play with grandchildren? Walked upstairs without getting breathless? Clothes feeling a little looser? Focus on feeling better and reclaiming your health and vitality. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. The house is finally quiet. Maybe you've just finished cleaning up after a long day, or you've spent the afternoon with your grandkids and now it's your time. You settle into your favorite armchair, turn on the television, and there it is, that familiar feeling. It's not quite hunger, but it's a craving for comfort. For many of us, this is when dinner truly begins. A hefty plate of pasta, a second helping of that delicious casserole. Maybe just a small bowl of ice cream that somehow gets refilled. It feels deserved. It feels normal. This evening meal has become a cherished ritual, a way to unwind and reward yourself after the day's responsibilities are done. But what if I told you this comforting ritual is the #1 mistake, quietly adding inches to your waistline and sabotaging your health goals? It's a habit so deeply ingrained in our culture that we don't even question it. We eat when we finally have a moment to ourselves, which is often late in the evening. We associate a big, satisfying meal with relaxation and contentment. We think of it as the grand finale to our day. The problem is, while your mind is winding down, your body is supposed to be doing the same. This mismatch between your mind's desire for a feast and your body's need for rest is where the trouble begins, setting you up for a cycle of weight gain that becomes harder to break. This pattern is incredibly common, and you are not alone if this sounds like your typical evening. Life gets busy, schedules get pushed back. By the time you sit down, you're not just hungry, you're starving. This often leads to eating much faster and consuming far more calories than your body actually needs at that hour. Think about it. A large meal full of carbohydrates and fats is fuel. It's like filling up your car's gas tank right before you park it in the garage for the night. The fuel has nowhere to go. It just sits there, waiting to be stored. Your body is an incredibly efficient machine, and its primary job is survival. When you give it excess energy it can't use, it does the only logical thing: it stores it as fat. As we celebrate more birthdays, our bodies undergo a magnificent but challenging transformation. The physiological rules that applied to you in your 20s and 30s simply don't apply in the same way after 50, 60, or 70. One of the most significant changes is how your body processes food, especially in the evening. In your younger years, you might have been able to eat a large pizza at 10 p.m. and wake up feeling fine. Your metabolism was a roaring furnace, capable of burning through those calories with incredible efficiency. But after 50, that furnace begins to burn a little less fiercely. This is a natural part of aging that we must respect and adapt to. This shift means that a heavy late dinner places a much greater burden on your system than it used to. Your digestive system, for one, is designed to be most active during the day when you are upright and moving around. When you eat a big meal and then immediately lie down or sit for hours, digestion slows to a crawl. Food sits in your stomach for longer, which can lead to uncomfortable symptoms like acid reflux, indigestion, bloating. That feeling of heaviness in your chest or a sour taste in your mouth when you lie down is your body sending you a clear signal. I'm not ready for this much work right now. Furthermore, the composition of your body changes with age. We naturally begin to lose muscle mass in a process called sarcopenia, starting as early as our 40s. Muscle is your body's primary calorie-burning engine. Even when you're at rest, your muscles are using up energy. With less muscle mass, your overall metabolic rate, the number of calories you burn just by being alive, decreases. This means the same plate of food you ate at 35 has a much bigger impact on your weight at 65. The excess calories that your muscles once burned off now have a higher chance of being converted into fat, particularly around the midsection. This is why the timing of your meals becomes so critically important as you get older. It's not just about what you eat, but when you eat it. A meal consumed earlier in the evening gives your body ample time to digest and utilize the energy before you go into your nightly repair and rest mode. Eating late forces your body to multitask, trying to digest a heavy meal while it should be focused on cellular repair, memory consolidation, and hormone regulation. Let's talk about metabolism. It's a word we hear all the time. Many people believe that after a certain age, their metabolism simply grinds to a halt. That's one of the biggest myths in health and wellness. Your metabolism doesn't just stop. It converts what you eat and what you drink into energy. It's working for you 24 hours a day. Its rate can slow down. Think less like an engine that died and more like a campfire dwindling from a bonfire to glowing embers. To get the fire roaring again, give it the right fuel at the right time. The primary reason for slowdown is loss of metabolically active muscle tissue. As we age, if we aren't working to maintain muscle with resistance exercise, it diminishes. Since muscle burns more calories than fat, even at rest, having less muscle means your daily calorie requirement drops. If you keep eating the same amount, your body has surplus energy. What does the body do with surplus energy? It stores it as fat. It's energy in versus energy out. Timing of dinner matters. Eating a large meal late at night is like throwing a giant wet log on glowing embers. Your digestive system has to work overtime, diverting energy from essential nighttime processes. Your body is less sensitive to insulin in the evening, so it struggles more to manage the sugar from your meal. That leads to higher overnight blood sugar and a greater chance those calories become fat. Eating earlier works with your body's natural rhythm, providing fuel when your metabolic embers are still warm. How do you nudge metabolism back? You don't need to starve or do grueling workouts. Start with simple, consistent changes. Preserve muscle with light strength training. Bodyweight exercises like squats using resistance bands, and align your eating schedule with your internal clock. Shift your main meal earlier to give your metabolism the best chance. You're not fighting your body, you're working in harmony with it. Imagine for a moment your blood sugar levels as a calm, gently flowing river. When you eat balanced meals at regular times, that river stays within its banks, steady and predictable. But when you have a heavy, carbohydrate-rich dinner late at night, it's like a sudden dam release, a flash flood. Your body gets hit with a massive surge of sugar, glucose, all at once. As we've talked about before, your system is less equipped to handle this at night because your insulin sensitivity drops, so your pancreas has to go into overdrive, pumping out large amounts of insulin. Rethinking your dinner habits doesn't mean you have to settle for boring or unsatisfying meals. It's really not about deprivation. It's about smart substitution and strategic timing. The goal is to create a meal that's filling and delicious, but also easy for your body to digest in the evening hours. I call this the sundown plate. Focus on lean protein, fiber-rich vegetables, healthy fats, cut back on heavy, starchy carbohydrates, and reduce those massive portion sizes. Let's get practical for a second. Instead of a large bowl of spaghetti with meat sauce, try zucchini noodles, zoodles, with the same flavorful sauce and a lean turkey meatball. You still get all the comforting taste, but you've swapped out the heavy processed carbs for a nutrient-dense vegetable. Or instead of a huge serving of mashed potatoes next to your roasted chicken, try a creamy puree of cauliflower. It's similar in texture, flavored with garlic and herbs, but much lower in starch and calories. These simple swaps can cut hundreds of calories from your meal without making you feel like you're on a diet. The structure of your plate is also key. A great rule of thumb is the plate method. Picture your dinner plate divided into 3 sections. Fill half your plate with non-starchy vegetables: broccoli, spinach, green beans, bell peppers, or a big salad. These are packed with fiber and water, helping you feel full on very few calories. One of the most powerful things you can do is to take a gentle walk after dinner. You don't need to run a marathon. Just a simple 15 to 20-minute stroll around the neighborhood is perfect. Another simple but profound habit is to create a kitchen is closed ritual. After you've finished dinner and cleaned the dishes, make a conscious decision that you're done eating for the day. You can signal this to yourself by turning off the kitchen lights, making a cup of caffeine-free herbal tea, or brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth is especially effective. The clean, minty feeling often acts as a psychological barrier to eating anything else. The journey to better health isn't about making drastic, punishing changes overnight. It's really about making a series of small, intelligent choices that, over time, lead to profound and lasting transformation. Start small. This week, maybe your only goal is to shift your dinner time 30 minutes earlier. Next week, you might try swapping out potatoes for cauliflower. Each small victory builds momentum and confidence. Remember, this is an act of self-care and self-respect. You are honoring your body by giving it what it needs when it needs it. You are respecting its natural rhythms. This isn't a diet. It's a lifestyle adjustment that pays you back with vitality and well-being. Take back your evenings. Take back your health. You have the knowledge and the power to make it happen, starting tonight.
আমি দোয়ানে যাব বাড়ি যেতে এ সাইলে নিয়ে আয় তো হাবি আবি সাইলে নিয়ে আয় না
হবে না ছোড়া আমি বলছি কি হচ্ছে না কটার সময় বল আমাদের 9:40 না 45 করে এসছে রাতে রাতে হোক করেছে ডিজাইন বের করছিস তো ও মাগো এই রান্না চালাচ্ছি আমি তো কথা বলছি চলন্ত বোতল বাড়া গান চালানো দেখাচ্ছে না আসতে যায় একদম আসতে যায় মোবাইলের নিচে কর একদম আসতে तो गाइस देख सकते हैं झाड़ू बहुत बड़ा झाड़ू है इसके बहुत बड़ा झाड़ है ये बहुत काम का आदमी है बहुत काम करता है नेट ऑन कर बंद कर क्या कर रहा है कार मार रहा है किसी का আমি দিতে পারলাম আমার তিনজনে গেলাম মানে ওখানেই খাসি হচ্ছে তো বুঝলি একাধিক হয়ে যাবে বাড়ি এসে বড় করে ভাত খেলাম বুঝলি আজকে আর পায়খানা ঘুরে আসলাম গান ছেড়ে দিন গান চালাচ্ছে কিন্তু বলে দিলাম একদম আসতে দে একদম আসতে দে তাহলে বন্ধ করে রাখ 5 মিনিট পর তাই না 15 মিনিট পর চালু হবে ওরে এইটা নেই ঠিক আছে তাহলে অফ করতে নেট চলো 5 মিনিট হলে কি হবে এ হচ্ছে না কি না ভাই হবে কিরা ফোন করেছি কিরা কাকা ফোন করেছি কিরা দাও আমার কাছে দাও ওর ফাইল মারা শিখে দিই আরে ও মানে আমাকে যেটা ভিডিও না কোন বুধ মানি বেটা কাজ শিখছে রে শিখছি শিখাইনি এই মা পেট নাই যে ওটা তো ওইটা বড় আমার আমাকে নিয়ে আসি মালা দিলাম আমাকে এখন নিয়ে আসি হ্যাঁ এই যে মাঝখানে কোনটা করতে গিয়ে কোনটা লাগবে মাঝখানে প্লে করা আছে এটা মারা করে কিন্তু খবর কি হবে গান জ্বালিয়েছে পদর জয়েন্ট গেম থেকে पढ़ो तुम कुछ बोलेगा क्यों नहीं बोलेगा गान चला रहा है भाई फाइल दिए दो ये मजा আমাদের এখন ভিডিও ছাড়তে হবে না আমাদের ভিডিও ছাড়ি বুঝলি ই কাকে সরবা আপনি থেকে দিন এই দিলে বেটা আমাকে সকালবেলা দিলি কি আল্লাহর কি বলছিস সিগারেট না আমরা কি না ফাটাই কথা বলছে আগে কথা বলছে বন্ধ নাই আজ আজ জায়গা চলে যাচ্ছে ঠিক আছে দেখা ভিডিও করছি হ্যাঁ আরে বললে মেরে যায় यार কি হচ্ছে না সব তো ছেড়ে দেব ছেড়ে দেব না 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 এ সিগারেট আউট সিগারেট রাত্রি বেলা তো তো রাত্রি দেখা করে চা দেবি না পেমেন্ট থেকে আমি গেম বলতে খেলি নিব এই যে করে গেলে রাত্রি বেলা শেষ করে দেব দেখা করতে আর মারতে শুধু ই ফোনে বুঝি ধরে মারও খাচ্ছি না আমাকে জোর আমার তো কি গা হচ্ছে কি এই আমাকে জোর বলছি বন্ধ কর গাড়ি বন্ধ কর বল যাও করছো রাত্রিবেলা করে দিয়েছিস করে দিয়েছিস কটাকা দেবে আর কটাকা দিবি তোর কটাকা দিবি 50 টাকা ঠিক আছে শেষ রাত্রিবেলা আচ্ছা আমি আইবো তো আমি থাকবো আমি আসছি ফাইল করে চলে আইবো 9টার দিকে চলে যাচ্ছে গেলু দাও এই মোবাইল থেকে দিও না ফোন করবি হ্যাঁ দেখতে পাচ্ছেন বাবা ক্লাবের সামনে পুলিশ নি কি বলছো দেখি সেটিং ঠিক করা দেখো সেটিং ঠিক করা দেন লাস্টে সেটিং কাটা তোর হচ্ছে দেখবে লাস্ট সেটিং ঠিক করা এটা আমার জিনা হাম করছিল বুঝলি কি বলছো কত বললে 80 করো কোন কথা কত 80 করো বলছে 80 টা দেবে 80 টা কটা বলে নে 120 মেটা ধরে কোথায় সমস্যা তোমার হ্যালো হ্যাঁ বলো 80টা দিয়ে আর কারণ নেই 80 হবে নাকি আমার? তাহলে 100টা করে দাও, 100টা দিয়ে দাও, 100টা দিয়ে দাও। হ্যাঁ তুমি 150টা যদি 150 সেট দিতে 120 সেট দিতে পারো, আমি কটা 70-80 সেট ফুল করে দেবো। আমার কাছে 120টা গ্রুপ আছে, তুমি 120টা দিয়ে দাও। তাহলে 120টা দিয়ে দাও একবার রিসিপ্টে, আমি ওই 70টা মতো ফুল করে দিচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ অসুবিধা নেই, করে দেবো। তাহলে 120 সেট দিয়ে দাও, যেগুলো বলো ফুল করতে সব ফুল করে দেবো। 100টাই হবে, 100টা কটা ফুল করে দেবো বলো? ফুল কোন শিফটটাই করবো? শিফটে দেবে 40টা এসে 60টা সকালে শিফটে দেবে, 40টা বিকেলে শিফটে দেবে, শিফটে 60টা থাকিতে দেবো, 40 মিনিট করে দেবো। দিয়ে দাও, যে কটা পারো দিয়ে দাও, অসুবিধা নেই। আমার কাছে 120টা গ্রুপ আছে, ঠিক আছে? দিয়ে দাও, যে কটা পারো দিয়ে দাও, অসুবিধা নেই। আমার কাছে 120টা গ্রুপ আছে, ঠিক আছে? ক্লিয়ার হয়ে গেছে? নিচে দেখ তোর না ইনস্টল কর, যে কটা নাম চেঞ্জ হয়ে এখন করে দাও, ক্লিয়ার করবে আমার নাম চেঞ্জ। তো সন্তুষ্ট সব হয়ে গেছে? চল কত করছি তুই? তুই জানিস কত বলে আমি বলিস নাই তুই? মানুষ 16 মিনিট করতে 16 মিনিট 13 মিনিট। সব সেন্ডিং করেছিল, সেন্ডিং করি নাই কথা পেতেছে গো। বিটনুন গুন্দ, বিটনুন গুন্দ যাচ্ছে। ক্লিয়ার করা অনেক ক্লিয়ার করা যায়, 65 ক্লিয়ার হয়েছে। তাড়াতাড়ি নিতে হচ্ছে, তাড়াতাড়ি কি করবি? দিল কোনে সকাল কাজ না কিলালে কি করতে হবে? দিল ও সব বিকেলে হয়ে গেছে, বিকেলে তো ভিডিওটা অফ হয় না। হ্যালো 15 মিনিট আসছে না। জানে আমার 14 দিন লাগে আতল না কি লাগে আমার দাঁড়িয়ে দাঁড়িয়ে কেমন লাগছে জানি লাগে হ্যাঁ कैसे घूमिया ठन्नी से बचपन के कुर्ते
काय দেখেছে
মোটর চালাতে
হ্যাঁ
মোটর চালাতে গিয়ে
হ্যাঁ মানুষ জুয়া করছে তো আমার আর দিয়ে 150 পিস লাগবে কি বা 150 পিস কাদা না মাঠে এখন ল্যাপটপে গেম খেলবে আবার এতে গেম খেলতে না ল্যাপটপে গেম খেললে বলেছে বিক্রি করে আবার ফেরত দেবে কেন গোপনে খেলবি বলি পড়তে যাচ্ছি ব্যাগের মধ্যে নিয়ে একটু তো দিননি এই ফল মার পাঁচ
তোরা বাহা করছে দামা এদিলে চ ইধর মারবো
বুয়া কাছে পা থেকে খা মারো টুকা মারছি তাই দাগ
হ্যাঁ বারো বারো
আরে চ এটা পোষে করি চ
এই আমার একটা শুই গেল মারো
ওরে আসছে না তুই পোষে
সেই মা হে খেয়ে দিলি না বোম আমি না জানি এই বুঝো না ভিডিও হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
দুজন টেকে গেল না
ওই দিন পেয়ে গেছে মনে এখন দেখি পুরো শুই গেছিল
ভিডিও করে গালি লিখেছে
কেউ চুদ গই
হ্যালো কি ভিডিও আছে না অনেক গালি মাঠে মাঠে
হ্যাঁ পচে খাও
কালকে ওরা কি পানি মারছে পানি নিয়ে মারা
হয়েছে
কৃষ্ণ ওরেছে আধ ঘন্টা ধরে ফেসে গেলাম
বন্ধু
মাঠে বলবো মাটিতে
অনেকদিন আমার মাঠে আসা হয় না মাঠ খাবার জন্য
আমি তো আসি
কাজে থাকো না মাঠ ঠিক করবেন নে
মাঠ ঠিক আছে রাত্রিবেলা এসে ঘুরতে যাবি রোজ বুঝলি টাকা চা খান দিচ্ছে না
এটা টাকা দেবে আবার
সামনে সামনে বলছি গুড মর্নিং ছিল টাকা চা খাওয়া কাছে ভাই টাকা না মানে ফাড়িয়া
ওদের ইচ্ছা হলে ওরা খেলবে
আর একটু মজা নেই মাঝখান দিয়ে
এরা মাঠটা ভালো এবার খেলা না খেলতো এমনি ঘাসটা সুন্দর হয়ে যাবে দেখি এটা পানি হয়ে গেলে এরকম হয়ে যেতে হবে এই জায়গা কোন গান মেরে দিয়ে দেবো মারবে কেন একটা কি করিস দেখ বাপন কাছে ফোন করতে বাপন ফোন করছে বাপন কাছে ফোন কর পয়সা ভাই মালটার কাছে পয়সা নিয়ে ওই জায়গাটা ক্রিকেট খেলা পিচ্ছিল কারণ আগে খেলা হচ্ছিল সমান করে মানে একদিন सब बंद कर दी ये रहा हमारा दिल्लू ये गांड देता है अपना इसका गांड बहुत अच्छा है मारने में कोई मारोगे तो 150 रुपया देगा 150 रुपये में ठीक है ना मेरा गांड भी देख लो ভিডিও মানে একদিন চলবে ইউটিউবে তারপর থেকে মানে মিনিমাইজ করে দেবে ভয় খাচ্ছেন তো মানে মিনিমাইজ বলতে ক্লিপ করে দেবে ক্লিপ করে দেবে ভিডিও কেটে দেবে ওইটুকু এডিট কেটে দেবে এটা পেছনে লাগানোর কারণ কি বলতে কপিরাইট দিতে পারবে না রিয়েল কন্টেন্ট থাকছে তাও দেয় আমারটাই দিল দিয়েছে ভিডিওটা দিয়েছে তার আগে সিরিয়াল পুরি দিয়েছে সিরিয়াল তো আবার একটুখানি চলছে স্ক্রিনে অনেকটা অন্য কিছু বালছাল আছে তাও বানাতে কপিরাইট সিরিয়াল সত্যি খুব আসে ভিউ খুব আসে একটা ভিডিও চ্যানেল মনিটাইজ আমার মেসেজ ঢুকেই যাচ্ছে কংগ্রাচুলেশন তোমার এতটা সাবস্ক্রাইবার হয়ে গেল কংগ্রাচুলেশন এত ভিউ হয়ে গেল একটা ভিডিও আমার কি চোদনের বাড়ছে ও ভয়েসটারে দিচ্ছে না কেন কিছু আবার 150 টাকা মারতে বলছে মারলে কেন মারবো কেউ মারলে সাথে করলাম কোম্পানি ফোন কর গাল দিতে ইচ্ছে করছে ওখানে তাই কোম্পানি কাছে ফোন কর চলছে না বল বাপনের কাছে ফোন কর হ্যাঁ বাপনের কাছে আমার বাপন দিয়ে ফোন করে পাগল করে আমার ভিডিও চলছে এখানে আসতে বলবো বল কি হলো হ্যাঁ বলো ভিডিও করছে এখন ফোন করে হ্যালো এ কি হয়েছে রে আরে মোবাইলে কাজ করছি ভিডিও করছি কি ভিডিও XX ব্লগ ভিডিও হ্যাঁ হ্যালো হ্যাঁ বল ফাইল কটা লাগবে তার জন্য ফোন করলাম দাঁড়া এখন আগে ঠিক হয় না আমি তোকে ফোন করছি হয় 20 সেট মতো ঠিক আছে স্কুল মাঠে স্কুল মাঠে নাই ফোন দিয়েছি ফোনই তুলছে না কি হয়েছে কি ওর আরে কাজ করছি না ঠিক আছে স্কুল মাঠে আয় কিও ছেলেটা আছে বললি না ওর সাথে আসতাম না এ পোঙা দেবে গাঁড় দেবে একটা জিনিস এ দিলে হ্যান্ডেল জোয়া দে মুখে মার মারা বেরিয়ে গেছে হ্যান্ডেল মারা কি কই বেরিয়েছে তৌফিক মেরে মেরে আজকে কভার মেরেছে দেখ গা এখন ছ্যান করলে মুভিটা ডাউনলোড করে রাত দেখতে হবে না না তো এই খেলা আছে নাকি তুম 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 সাগর তুম তুম শ্বশুর বাড়ির দিকে নেই বুঝছিস তো এদিক থেকে চোখ যাবে দেখ আমার হাড়ে মনে মনে মন খুলিয়ে হাসতে হবে না এ বাড়া তুই বিয়ে করে থাইলে অত ভয় করছে না করে বুক আটকায় আল্লাহ বসেছে হ্যাঁ আমাদের মতো এদিকে শামিন ঘর হয়ে গেল বিয়ে করে না কই ঘর হইছে এদিকে কিছু ফাঁকা আগে ইয়ে করে আসো টাইস বসা করে আসো একটু আমার কি ইনকাম বাড়ি যাবে सीट एक्सटेंड किनबो तू बाहर जाएगा ये तेरा गर्लफ्रेंड भी उठ जाएगा देखना मिला लेना मेरा वाह वाह ठीक तो ठीक है 10 दिन বেরো 10 দিন পর যাবে দেখবি না আচ্ছা তো ফোন যাবে আর রাগ করতে বাড়ি যাবে হবে আরে বাইরে যাচ্ছি রাশিয়ান তুলে নিয়ে চলে যাবে বাড়ি কোথায় যাবি কোথায় যাবি বাইরে না ইয়ে জব বলবি আর মামা কাছে যাচ্ছে কবে যাচ্ছিস টিকিট কেটে কেটে কাটা হচ্ছে না সোনার কাছে চুল আরো চলে যাবে সোনার কাছে মানে ভালো খাটনি মানে বলে খাটনি নেই সারাদিন মানে বসে থাকো দেখাবে তখন চোখ দেখাবে চুল চোখ দেখাতে হবে খাটনি নিলে ভালো পয়সা আছে কলাক কেটে কলাক কেটে যাই খাটনি সব কাজেই খাটনি 2 নম্বর বাদে 2 নম্বর শর্টকাট আছে হ্যাঁ 2 নম্বরই বাদ দে সব কাজেই খাটনি আছে যে সঠিক হয়ে চলতে যাও কাজটা যেমন মাইনে তেমন খাটতে হবে পয়সাতে সোনার কাছে তুই ঘরে সোনার কাছে 25,000 টাকার পাই তুই
আগে সে রুটি ফ্যাক্টরিতে করতে কি হবে?
কোথায় দেশ
25,000 টাকা
বার মাইনাস
শাকিল ওরকম পুরোপুরি কাজ শিখিনি ও নাই 22-23,000 টাকা পাই
আরো বারে মাইনাস আস্তে আস্তে
আর ওদের তো সেই কি খরচা
আর যদি নিজের দোকান করতে পারে তো আরো
বেশি বেশি থাকে
আর যদি নিজের দোকান করে ফেলে কাজ মাসি পুরো তখন তার এখানে দোকান চলবে না এখানে চলবে না আমরা কিছুই করছি এখন বসে আছে এখন আমরা আবহাওয়া দেখছি শুধু কিভাবে 2 নম্বরে ঢোকা যায় দিলু মানে এমন সাবজেক্টে বললি পড়ি
নম্বরে ঢুকবে তুই না গিয়ে সে কি
আমি 2 নম্বরে ঢুকবো চলে গেল ওয়ান এক্সট্রা ব্যাক লাইটটা বাড়াই দে
মোবাইল আছে না ওই মালটা ক্যামেরাটা দেখো ভিডিও হয়েছে কখন করবে এটারে কি করি লাগে ফোন 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 লাইটটা চলে গেল চাল কিছু চলে না ক্যামেরা lo que